I do think it's the kind of jank that Pepper will appreciate, though.
Okay. Well, shit, now I don't know what to play because, yeah.
It's at least functional jank, maybe?
Yeah. Like, okay, so the world's winning deck is pretty fun to play, to be honest, so, like, that's an obvious option. But it's not the... I don't think it's the one I found the most fun overall, but I don't know if the one I found most fun overall is the one to go to, like, play against this initially. I don't even know what this is, obviously, so
You've seen
like
it.
Huh.
That might narrow it down, but you've seen it today.
Right, so the one problem, okay, yeah, so the one problem is the deck I found the most fun over this has a weakness matchup, which is not great. So, because the one I found the most fun is actually the Dark Zone deck, because, oh my god, using Dark Patch and Magna Zone in the same deck is amazing.
Yeah, that's gonna destroy me.
Yeah, so I'm obviously not playing that. But then the other one, I don't know if you'll be able to kill it is the problem. But... oh, fuck it, you know
Maybe
what?
let Pepper bully me instead.
Nah, you know what? This hasn't necessarily worked out for me perfectly so far, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Where are we? Let me just make sure which counts I've got with it. Okay, we'll try it. And Marco. Alright, so I am fully not expecting this one to end perfectly well, but I'm gonna try my best anyway, because I do like me this deck.
Well, there's
so...
the first one.
yeah, it's hold up, we've got to show this, because when you see this guy, you go, uh-oh. What is this? What's going on? That's a really good end artwork, by the way, as well. It's the...
yeah, I saw that. I liked it.
Yeah, it's the more recent one, isn't it? So, why can I not put my prices down?
Oh, I'll reset them.
Hold on, let me just put this face down first then, because I do have a mulligan to take, but that's my hand, so that's why I'm just doing it just in case. Because if you're gonna do it,
no, it's a full reload.
Oh, it's a reload. Okay, well,
yeah, that's what fixes it.
Unfortunate. All right, fair enough then. Fair enough. That is a shame because. Yeah, that hand was actually pretty good, so, you know.
You should let's check to see if your stuff's working first.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's what fixed it. That's what Pepper said fixes it.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. I wasn't sure if it needed the full, like, room reset or something, but... okay, I mean, this hand is technically not better, but... might be okay. I don't get my mulligan anymore though, do I, huh?
Unfortunately, no.
Let's go for heads. I feel like I should, but whatever. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try it anyway. This hasn't necessarily been functioning the best for me, but we're gonna just go for it and see if we can do it. We've got double, so that's a reasonable start. Okay, so because I'm always on this side, because that's just the default thing for it, right? I always just default to being like coin tosser on here, or like this bit, right? And just do the flip from there. So it always confuses me for no obvious reason when I go on to the other side of it. That's okay. Honestly, it could be worse. We have a DC. I guess I'll put... I probably should have done this bit first, but whatever. Yeah, because I guess Scratch is what's going to happen. I've got Random Receiver, so we'll see. See, last time I just had the hard Juniper, so it was a bit better, but this time we got N. So you know what? That's actually not bad as well. Because of N, we are going to put a Dark Claw on this guy, and then I'm going to play the N. Yeah, Dark Claw is plus 20 damage for a Dark Pokemon. And yeah, this is getting played. So, hand gets shuffled back.
I mean, I'm not complaining.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, Random Receiver could have gotten you into a shuffle draw potentially, but we wouldn't know. We'll put Sableye down as well, and yeah, scratch for 40 at this point. Yep.
Fortunately, I don't think I can save this one.
Possibly not. Oh shit, yeah, okay, so look at the bottom 7 of the deck, for those who don't know. If you find an Aerodactyl there, you can put it onto the bench.
There is not an Aerodactyl.
There is no Aerodactyl, that's unfortunate. You do not have to reveal the cards, so it's just shuffle them back.
Any point even trying to save this thing?
It's questionable, probably.
Because it can't evolve it.
No.
Not an option, so... Attach water energy and pass.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, first turn advantage really is pretty huge for a deck like this, to be sure. We're going to dual ball here. Give it another round here. I get to blame DNA for that first one, by the way, because, and this one as well, because these dual balls were level balls, so I get to blame him for not actually landing any of them here, which is great. We do have the Zoroark, so we will put that down. I will attach a Dark to Sableye, I think, and then go for Pont here, because my Pont is double Dart Patch, which I can't use, so, you know. Seems reasonable to get rid of them there. We will go for this a third time and see another double, right? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's okay, because I'm still getting my basics down, I just don't have the Darkrai that I would have had off of this at this point, so I guess that's fine. And yeah, Brutal Bash is going to do 100 at this point because I have Dark Claw attached, so that will just be that. Yep.
Rare Candy, Empo, Juniper.
Yep. Oh yeah, the Copycat as well. I always forget about that one.
Old Amber, Aerodactyl.
Okay. Yo, we got one! Hype. Okay, so for those who don't know this and didn't see my thing, because I did actually mention this card as well in the in my video that's not yet been out on thing. We have the ability to do 10 more damage to the active Pokemon with attacks just permanently with this thing. Yep.
We put down Twist Mountain, and that's going to be attack command.
I'm assuming you don't
70?
have any. Yeah, I'm assuming you don't have anything you want to diving draw then.
Oh right, diving draw. That's
yeah, it is an ability that this thing has. If you have something you want to,
yeah, let's go for the diving draw.
Yeah, I think you'd want to get some more stuff down if you
did
could.
not do anything. Okay.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, we'll just attack for 70.
Yep. So this is just like the jump off. So obviously this is your deck, right? Because it's exactly the same as what you did before. So 10 for everything that is in play, plus the 10 from the Aerodactyl. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Pokemon in play, and then yep, 70 damage off of that. You know I can't use Dark Rush on this one, so it's perfectly safe to go ahead and do that. I just need to fill my bench, but given the fact if I played 3 dual balls and flipped tails on every single one of them, that is probably not happening. So you're probably okay with within this. I'm now curious with one of my switches before starting this of whether or not this would have been a basic or a special Dark Energy that's in my hand right now, because if it was a basic Dark, this would be so much better, but it's not, so just as a thing, Dark Pad says you could only attach basic Dark Energy from your discard to one of your bench, so yeah, for this one set, Special Darkness Energy cannot be collected with it. Which is a right shame in this position, I will just say. We are going to put a double colorless on the Zora. I think I'm going to go for it anyway. I'm going to Junk Arm, I'm going to discard that Dart Patch and the Pont here to go for a Dull Ball. Because I think I really want to get this.
Dual Ball.
Yeah, if I can get this, I really want to get this guy down. Okay, that's one. You know what? That's better than expected. So that's fine. So it's like I get one off of this, and then I mean I wouldn't discard a pawn if I didn't have something else to support. So problem is I don't know if I'm gonna be able to draw another mon off of that. Looking at how many's in here. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm gonna get Darkrai because I mean, apart from it's the namesake of the thing, it's I want it for its ability at some point here. So we need to get it down. Okay, what the absolute fuck are these prices? I'm just looking at this now. What on earth is going on with this? Huh. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3 that I know immediately. There's a fourth one. That's 5 because I haven't used that yet. And that's no, I only have no. That's 6, right? No, I've used that, so it's not. Oh, I see the other prize, right, okay. No, I don't, because I have 2 of them in play. Whatever, doesn't fucking matter. Because, yeah, I have Pawns, so... Yeah. Last card in the thing was the Special Dark, which I'm not going to get to show now, because it's too far off deck. Doesn't matter. Wasn't going to discard that, because there's no logical reason to do so. Oh, this is ugly, but it gets the KO, and I think that probably wins the game
then
anyway.
That's the game.
Yeah, I have Ultra.
Look at this mess.
Yeah. I was like, this doesn't look good because I have to Ultra Ball like Juniper being in.
Oh, that's
but...
evil. That's bad.
Yeah. I prized 2 Zoroark, which I was never getting to, and the Zoroark. So I was like, I looked at it and I was thinking, where the fuck are my Brutal Bashes? I was like, oh god, I've prized 2 of them here, huh? Couldn't have known that beforehand because I flipped 6 tails in a row with Dual Ball, just saying.
Get a mulligan.
Alright, let's, yeah, I do have a guy, so... Okay.
You do not get a mulligan.
That's fine. I think I'll be alright with that. Let's go for tails here. Although I probably should, because it's only me that's gonna... Ah, whatever. Okay, it's Darkrai this time, so I'm not going to be quite as quick to the punch as I was the last time round. Okay, I'm going to Ultra Ball, so discard 2 guys. Random Receiver I think is going to be 1 here, and... It's a bit weird, but I guess we've got plenty of Junk Arms and Sableye in this deck, so Catcher can go here. It's one of those, if you really wish you could just get rid of a Dark Energy, but I only have 7 in here at the moment. I've gone back down to 7 so I could play an extra Special Dark, but, you know, sometimes that's not going to work out for you, but it's fine. Let's get Zoroark here. Seems reasonable. Let's check for other price stuff here. I know 4 of them immediately. 5. Yeah, okay, I know all the prices. That's good. Let's then put the DC on the Zoroark and Ponce here. Draw the 6. Dual Ball. Okay, good enough, good enough. We'll use that to grab a Sableye. Bench Zora, and that will be the end of the turn. Go ahead.
Catch Water Energy and Fury Attack.
Ooh, yikes. Okay. It's 20 damage, right? It's 10 per?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, we will draw. Well, I haven't missed both of them this time. We've got double Zoroark. And I think I'm just going to Juniper here. I have Junk Arm and Random Receiver as the other 2, but I think Juniper is the supporter I'd want to play this turn anyway, because I essentially just needed to find a Dance Energy so I could retreat and Brutal Bash here, right? So yeah, that's what we will do. Nothing else really worth playing in here, so we'll just Brutal Bash for the 80. And This is what the deck is meant to do. To be fair, I've gone first every time the video so far. So if we do end up needing to do another one of these, if you want to just go first this time, that's fine.
Attach and...
Yep. Hand was an interesting one. I probably could have done some good stuff with that. Yeah. Yeah, awkward. I'd priced 3 energy.
I had
got
a prim plot, but it wasn't saving me.
Nah. Not from that. I priced 3 energy, 3 of my basic dark, which was kind of annoying, but it's, you know, not much else to do with it. Yeah, so if you want to just hit going first this time, because I have gone first both other times. Oh, you get a mulligan this time, huh?
Rare.
I could have had a passable hand off of that too, although no supporter is a bit sketchy, but like, it could have had double Dark Patch, you know, with the junk arm stuff there. That could have actually been pretty good. Take a second, apparently. Good lord. Getting some decent hands off of the stuff if there was a Pokemon in there to use it with.
I'll take a third.
Yep. Oh god, all the Mon search, no Mon to put down for it, huh? Okay, you do not get a 4th one, thankfully. That and that. And yeah, just go for it. That's a lot of mulligans at the start here, but, you know.
Old Amber Aerodactyl, top
Yep.
bottom 7. We do not get one.
Unfortunate.
That's fine, because we're going to Junk Arm.
Okay, if that's what's going to be played, then we're going to shuffle this because it's supposed to get shuffled.
Junk Arm, a Rare Candy, and a Water Energy.
Yep.
Do it again.
Yep.
We do not get one.
Ah.
Fortunate, but... Portrait?
You're going to be a little bit upset about this one. Because I do actually have a supporter access, I just don't have one in hand right now.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll end there.
Yeah, that makes sense, because I potentially just go off next turn with that. Now at least it might be a bit harder for me to get that same sort of explosivity.
We'll pass.
Oh, unfortunately no Piplup, huh? Alright, we will draw. Okay, I have Double, so we'll go for that. Okay, I was willing to accept Eddie's heading off of that, to be honest, considering the lock on it today so far. But that's fine. Oh, wow, that's weird pricing. Okay. Yeah, let's grab Sableye. Okay, that makes sense. That's fine, so I know that one. That one. Yeah, okay. Right. What do we do now? We are going to go ahead and put a special dark down. I'm gonna pause here, I think. Get ourselves our 6. Okay, yeah, let's put some guys down then. We've got Darkrai and we have Zora, and then I will use the Ascension attack on the Zora to search for Zoroark out of my deck and evolve it. And there he goes. Go ahead.
Portrait?
This might get a little bit painful. Only one is Juniper.
Oh.
Oh, wow, yeah. Ow. Did you top deck that PCOM, or is it?
Yeah, no, we're not going anywhere with
Oh,
this.
fuck. Jesus, yeah. Man. This is unfortunate, because Empo is not necessarily a bad deck. I know this one's a little bit of a stranger form of it, but this is not necessarily bad. And, yeah, we just haven't quite gotten anywhere in terms of showing it off yet.
Let's grab the other one, then.
Yeah, I'll grab the other one. Yeah, I'll stick with playing the same thing, because I really did want to play this Zoroark, so we'll stick with playing the same for now. And
not funny game.
I could say the same. Okay, what would you like?
Let's go heads.
No. Okay. We will draw. We will put a special dark down, and I guess we'll Ascension? Okay, god damn it. Probably shouldn't have done that, but whatever. I should never really look at what the top deck would have been before sorting, because it's just gonna tilt me if it was actually gonna be good, but it's fine. So it's wow, okay. Prizing today has been very weird and ugly, and I don't like it. I guess it's always kind of hard in certain decks. There's really just not a lot of things that are good prizes, but like this especially seems really bad. I'm gonna get this Zoroark. Alright, go for it.
That's water energy.
Did we draw? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Put down Piplup.
Yep.
Random receiver.
Yep. Yeah, it was gonna be the next thing I drew too. Okay.
Fury attack.
Okay.
I think I'm in a fairly safe position.
Yeah, you're not likely to die from here. I mean, it's technically possible, right? Because I have a special dark on this thing. But that would require me to actually go for that instead. I mean, clearly the look here is currently Nasty Plot to try and just actually do something. Now I've got to think a little bit though. Fuck it, we're gonna go for it. I'm gonna put a second special dart down, I'm gonna put the Dark Claw down, and I'm gonna foul play the Fury attack here. So
that's scary.
Yeah, this could get pretty interesting. It's doing 50, so not the move as it turns out, but that's fine. Like the initial thing was I was gonna Nasty Plot, but I was thinking it's just like, does that really get me out of the stuff here when I know what's prized?
Kinda don't want to Juniper this hand.
Fair enough.
We're gonna junk arm these two, get another random receiver.
Okay.
That's better. And then we'll pass from there, because no, we'll Fury attack.
Yeah, Fury attack for sure. Was that the first card that was revealed with random receiver, or was the...
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
That was the top deck, yeah.
Right.
That was...
That's fine, just making sure. So, yep, 2 heads up to 30. We will draw. Okay, that kind of fixes stuff anyway. We'll pawn. This is why it's like Ascension was a weird one, because I actually had the other Zoroark in hand, and I was just like, yeah, part of me really wants to like catch her at the Prim Plot first, but I'm just gonna go for the thing with it here. This is probably better for me anyway. Right, we're gonna double. Oh, 2 heads this time. Okay. Not sure if that's actually. Well, I mean, it's fine. It's just like I know you've got N, so it's weird. It's like, how much do I invest down on this board? Well, I definitely grab Darkrai and Zora. Like, there's no reason not to get them. It's just like, how much do I actually want to put down? So I'm at 70. If I put 3 guys, if I put 3 down, just as a thing, because I may or may not have more search here, we don't know, who knows. If I put 3 down, then you only need to get 3 of your own in play beforehand. You've got N, you discarded Junipers, so it's going to be N that gets played, but that's still pretty reasonable. Yeah, part of me's thinking I really should have captured that thing up first. But then again, I wouldn't have drawn the 6 cards that I had here if I had 1 less in deck. So it's weird. I think I'm just gonna put the 2 down, and I'm gonna go for the Fury attack foul play here and get the kill. Okay. Yeah.
Empoleon. Diving draw.
Okay.
And so we will end it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I had a Sableye as the other one that I had in hand, and I was thinking this does make it harder for you to get the necessary hit here, so maybe it's fine. I don't know.
Water energy.
Yep.
Do I want to put this down? I don't think I want to put this down, no.
If I capture it, I actually have enough output right now to land crush it for KO, yeah. Because I'm at plus 40 on this Zoroark right now.
Catcher in the Darkrai.
Yeah.
Random receiver.
Okay, yep. Random receiver is so funny because it's just like, oh man, let's go through the entire deck and see where our guy is, right? Okay.
Hello, Rupo, who this? That's just what the card is.
Probably in a bit of a safer position to put it down now, because I do think Retaliate might be needed.
That's fair.
And we'll attack command for the 50.
Yep, I'll just steal this one because it's there. Okay.
Since you don't have Dark in the discard, it's going to be a bit harder to charge up this Darkrai.
That is fair.
A wee bit harder, not impossible.
I mean, does he have to charge it up?
I kind of wish that... There's one card I almost wish I'd played last turn now of the thing, but probably wouldn't have made that much of a difference. It's fine. Let's go for dual ball here. Okay, I get 1. Oh, you missed my epic 6 tails in a row on my first 3 dual balls, by the way, Peppers. So
One
yeah,
of those.
one of those. Yep. Okay, we're gonna get Sableye this time. I think it's probably time to bench it down here. It's kind of weird. It's like I want to, but at the same time, I want to keep this out of reasonable range, right? But you are just gonna end me if I don't put it down. So I think it's probably best that I do here. It's just weird to do so, you know. Okay, so that's the only thing in. We are going to Junk Arm, discard 1 Dark and Super Rod here to grab out... I mean, I could just grab the Super Rod again, to be honest, because I kind of don't want to get a dual ball, but at the same time I will, because that could still be necessary later. So we'll grab it. We will attach Dark to hand to the Darkrai, which will be able to trigger its Dark Cloak now, so I can retreat for nothing. Which I think I will go ahead and do. I'm going to Dark Patch onto the Sableye here, because Junk Hunt is a pretty good attack, so I have heard, so that might come in handy later. And we are going to attack command for, this will be 9, no, it'll be 100 because I benched another guy down, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I've got 40 worth of damage mods here. So, yeah, I was never killing you anyway with attack command, so there's no point in trying to like double heads or something to really go for it, so...
That's fighting energy. And
yeah, it's a regrettable end, isn't it? But I think it's probably the it's like sometimes you've just got to give it so that you can actually get into the game yourself a little bit more, you know. Yeah, and these are gonna help quite a bit. They are, especially considering how much I've already used my stuff here. It's a bit problematic, and that is enough to score the knockout because of the Fury attack damage and whatnot. So. Of course, we still have a diving draw possible as well, so...
Which I think we will take advantage of.
Yep.
Yeah, right. We'll do that.
Yep.
Get down another Piplup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you flipped just enough head. Well, I mean, would have been fine. You needed 2 heads, I guess, at this point for it. But it's like you flipped enough heads out of your first 2 swings to get what you needed off it. So.
Super Rod.
Yep. Yeah, you've had to discard a few energies. So. Mm-hmm.
And we will attack command.
Yep, which is going to do enough to score the knockout. I think Sableye is going to be the thing that goes up first here. We will draw. That would be fascinating, but it's not happening. Okay, we are going to catch up the Terrakion with an energy on it. As much as I don't like leaving the Empo around, I think it's probably necessary here. Looking at what else we have. Where do we put this? We will. If we do that. What have I got for you here? So Junk Hunt is a reasonable thing to look at as well. So there's a lot that kind of goes in with it here. It's like Ascension could be decent. Junk Hunt is pretty good. Ascension's probably the play actually. Yeah, we'll retreat out. We'll put a special Dark on, and we will Ascension here.
All right.
To grab ourselves out this Zoroark.
Switch.
Yep.
Fighting energy in the other Terrakion.
Yep.
Junk Arm, Juniper, Empoleon, Random Receiver.
Okay.
I didn't feel like Junipering what I had there.
Fair enough. If that last card is important enough, then
Oh, that's die.
yeah, Random Receiver was the one thing that I kind of wish I'd played the turn before, because if I could have junk armed for that instead, it probably would have been fine. Yeah,
We will end.
this was actually quite a good hand to keep hold of as well. I was trying to bluff the thing off of that, but obviously not necessarily paying out off of that, but it's fine.
Put down Primplop.
Yep.
We'll EXP share onto the Terrakion.
Ooh, that's good.
Put down the Virizion. and then we will attack command.
480. Yeah, I was looking at it going, am I just dead here? But because I didn't play the dual balls, it's like, no, thankfully I am not. Sometimes intelligent, right? Okay. So this is kind of rough, not gonna lie. Okay, am I confident enough that I'm just gonna hit it if I do this? I really, there's a kind of good play that I want to make, but it relies on me actually hitting energy off of this as well, which is not great. So I probably should do the more conservative option off of this. It's just maybe more boring. Yeah, I'm going to do the conservative option just because I think it guarantees a decent play here. We're going to Junk Arm, we're going to pitch Pont and Juniper for the catcher to bring up the experience share Terrakion. I had an energy, I was going to discard it and go for it that way and just say I'm just going to hit the energy off my supporter, but I think that's a terrible idea here, considering I need to hit Dark specifically if I want to take this thing out. So yeah, we're going to play the Pont, we're going to draw our 6. I would have hit it, but you can't know these things beforehand. Ultra Ball, discarding Dark and Random Receiver. Grab ourselves out another Zoroark. We will attach GCE to the Zoroark because no, we can't because I put the Darkness Energy. Just making sure, I'm just staying sure. Like I was saying, because I thought it's my head was in Dark Patch range, so I was just making sure. Right, and then yeah, Dark Rush for the 160, get the KO. Because 170 technically, because I've got a special down. But who's counting at that point, right?
Enough.
Yes, it's enough. And I know it's kind of frustrating because I know I've just been leaving this thing around for it, and that's potentially
Diving
bad
draw?
here. But yeah.
Actually, wait, no. Diving draw.
Okay, yeah. It's one whole Lapras. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier because the deck build.
Eviolite, water energy.
Yep, the deck build basically that Sai had Cleffa and Pichu in it as a one of each, and we were talking about it, going, I really don't want to play them at the moment because they're just so easy food for like everything right now. And I pointed out the Lapras as a potential. Standler is the other one, has 30 less HP, so that's like a choice really as to which one. So it's like Verizon and Lapras basically.
And we will attack command for the KO.
Yep. Okay, so now I really do have to think of what. I mean, we're gonna put it in the Sableye because it's got 0 retreat. I've just got to think like, what am I hitting this turn? Oh, okay. It's got Eviolite on it as well. That's very sad for me. Sure, are we going to be able to hit it with what's in the discard already? Possibly. This seems sketch as hell, though. We're going to catch her in a Terrakion. I've kind of just got to go for them right now with what this matchup is like. Bench another Darkrai, DCE on the Zora, and Juniper the other Darkness away. Get a 7. Doorball. Of course, this is the one I hit 2 heads on. Grab ourselves Zora. So I'm just taking a look at what's left as well to see where we're standing on this. Yes, back into hands. You did shuffle 1 energy back in. You play like 5, so 4 or 5, somewhere in that region. So the odds of you getting that energy is relatively high based on this. But I probably still need to go for it anyway, which is a shame. Junk arm away. I did attach this turn as well though, which is annoying. DC and random receiver. To grab ourselves out Dark Patch, I think. Yeah, seems right. Dark Patch the Darkrai. And you played Furien already, so the odds of having the other one not super high here. We're gonna Junk Hunt. Grab out. Grab out Super Rod and wow, it's kind of tough. Grab out Ultra Ball, I guess.
Diving Draw.
Yep. Discarding candy. Yeah, that's really
Land
bad.
Crush.
Yep. Okay. This is gonna get ugly. Okay, so yeah, things not looking great, but we can probably still make something out of this. Super Rods. Get back Zoroark. Zoroark and Zoroark. I might need foul play here, to be totally honest with you, so because I mean, foul play on this guy is not terrible, so I'm not shuffling because I have Ultra Ball, as you know, so I'm probably going back into the deck here first, so just thinking what I can get away with discarding here. Yeah, we'll discard Dark and the Zora here. Grab out the Arc. So that can go down. Sableye, Dark Patch, the Dark to the fresh Darkrai. And last card Punt, so I at least get to do something with it here. Dark Patch. Just thinking where it's gotta go. I think it's probably gotta go on the Darkrai here, to be honest. So I'm doing 80-60 with Eviolite. So I do need to bench another Zora, and yeah, we'll Brutal Bash for the 80 total damage here. I guess I didn't have to bench it, but it's like if I want to get another Zoroark out, I've got to put it down anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much.
Diving Draw.
Yep.
What's that? Ultra Ball. Juniper. Rare Candy.
Yep. Seems good.
Random Receiver.
Yep. Okay.
The shuffle?
Yeah.
Whether or not I was thinking whether or not the end's gonna get played first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
get 4. So you still have 1 diving draw available. Oh, you're playing the catcher as
Oh,
well.
being played,
Yeah.
yeah.
So catcher onto what?
Should be a Darkrai, probably the most dangerous Darkrai.
Okay. Yep.
And then we will land crush it for the KO.
Yep. Take you 2. So this is going down, so we 480, so this will survive, so it's best going there. Alright, we will draw. Junkam pitching Juniper and Ultra Ball for Dark Patch. When I find it, there we go. So we'll Dark Patch onto the Darkrai. N. I don't know if it's gonna
That's
matter.
a good N.
Yeah.
Yeah, that did matter.
Problem is you've got 2 diving draws though. That's the not sure if it's gonna matter part, but we'll see. Because yeah, the deck is still relatively wide, so yeah, a little bit annoying.
There is Junk Arm and Catcher in there, so.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, not much I can really do about that aspect of it, though. Yeah, we're just gonna Brutal Bash for the 60 to get the KO here. Yeah, it did matter that I benched a guy last turn, basically.
Right, diving draw.
Yep.
Stabilize.
Yeah, GG's. Yeah, this is not a particularly favourable matchup for stuff anyway, so
That's what I
obviously...
was looking for.
Yeah, obviously double Trachean doesn't help with the stuff there. Not being able to deal with it quite quickly enough was the thing. But although having said that, if I flicked just 1 more heads in that starting Fury attack, right, you probably would have just been dead outright. So
Yeah,
you know, it's just one of those things. But
Here, Pepper,
yes.
go have a look at this jank and see what you think. That one there. Because I built 2 Empoleon decks this week.
This one didn't
Oh,
quite
it
work
needs
out. Yeah,
started.
whoops.
Yeah, I'm a little out of it today, so...
No, it's fine.
I think I need to replace these Ultra Balls with Dual Balls.
Probably. Discard is exceptionally heavy in this deck at this point, so it's very possible that that would be better.
Might be a Pokémon deck? Oh, it's hard.
It's
with the
tough with
Empoleon
that
there.
few, yeah. Yeah, so this was the genius idea that was attempted off in here. It's funny because I did go into this card in my set description video that's not come out yet for stuff, so it is definitely on the radar, if you will. But yeah, it's very amusing in the end seeing that attempted.
Actually running the Amber with no way of bottom decking. I'm not sure what I think of that.
It's tough, but you've got to try and get as many of these out as you can, I guess. And even if you do flip correctly on this, this is only guaranteed 1 if you flip heads on it per turn, right? You can't exactly play more than 1 stadium, even if you could replace it with the same name. So I can kind of see. This is not Yu-Gi-Oh! Chicken Game after all, so yeah, you can't just go chicken game draw, pseudo space, chicken game draw, etc. You know, so yeah. And then I can bring this one out for the stuff as well at the moment. It was fine. Like this is about as good as I could make it work. I can see why this didn't end up like sticking around. To be honest, it was tough even with the stuff there. It worked out pretty well. But it's hard, I guess, to keep this guy going all the time with it, and if you put too many resources into this, you don't get the Darkrai out, I suppose. And to be fair, like, I did manage to get them charged up, so I would have had both available, but it's still a bit awkward, I think, and couldn't quite make it work against the Terrakion, obviously. That was the bit. I mean, Zoroark can kill Terrakion. That was the whole, like, hope, was that I could get enough stuff out. But I prized about 3 or 4 basic Pokemon in that game, so that was never happening. I prized 2 of my Darkrai. So frustrating on that aspect. It's just like, yeah, that's not happening in the end. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's much else I could really do to it to make it any better. I do think this is better overall than the list that was on Legends, because the Weavile is more clunky than you would like in the end for stuff. Just, yeah. So I think this ended up working out better overall, but it was still not quite there compared to everything else I wanted to play this time around. But I really wanted to show Zoroark, and so we did anyway, you know.
I do have a Darkrai deck built, but I'm bringing it Saturday instead.
Are we still playing Saturday?
Oh, I thought we were.
I mean, that's fine, we can, but I thought...
I thought it was next Saturday that was the issue, not this one.
Yeah, this one coming's fine, because it's,
Alright, well, we'll see if I mean, if nothing else, you two will end up being able to play with this stuff, but we'll see if I can. It depends on what time
so this is the one I threw together.
Yeah, because the landlord's visiting on Saturday, basically, so I don't know
right,
exactly
I forgot
when.
about that.
We'll see. It should be fine, but we'll see. I don't remember when exactly that's happening, so if it's like late-ish into the afternoon, I might not have enough time to get set.
I'm lazy this Wednesday session. I've got 2 decks, but one's just the World's deck I just bought in case I need something serious.
I mean, to be fair, I've picked up like the three of the decks from the thing, and I tried to look for changes in them. Couldn't find really any changes worth it. So I mean, that's partly why I ended up playing this. But
oh right, sorry. But,
we can still play because there's still at least one deck that I would like to show today. So we can still play if you want, Pepper. I ain't fussed about that.
Yeah, sure. I don't guarantee great play. I've been.
Oh, to be fair, I understand. It's fine. I wouldn't necessarily guarantee it with this one either, but... yeah,
this is putting me in the jank territory, so...
I do think Random Receiver is a good addition to this.
Random Receiver is a good card. I mean, it's one of those that might not look it at first, but it is a good card. And it's particularly good to effectively give you more like pseudo-supporters against Smeargle, right? Because it's just like, oh man, you've got the Smeargle out, that's great, but my hand is just 2 Random Receiver and I just get what I want anyway, but you don't get them. So, yeah, anyway, what were we like? Tails. Given my track record earlier, that is a pretty sound investment. Behold. Yeah, boy, we're going on this one.
Hey, Furball. You were wrapped up in a blanket, huh?
Ultra Ball.
Of course you're playing that one.
Guarding a Judge. Yeah, and the Copper Cow will go in.
Okay.
Not sure. This is a weird one. Weird turn 1. Ooh.
Man, every time I look at this Ultra Ball art, I just feel like it's wonky, like it's almost, you know, made by the boy. I know it's not, but it's just like, it looks like it's squint for some reason. I don't know. Oh, I see. Okay. Interesting.
Groudon.
Uh-huh.
Heavy Light. Good.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure where I wanted to do a copycat turn, but seeing what you're on. Fighting use a Groudon.
Yeah, GG.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're not, but it's fine. I had 4 supporters in that opening hand as well, so don't bother, just reshuffle. That feel of going second and losing to, yeah, just getting judged out of the immediate first turn, like what am I supposed to do?
Heads.
Okay. I mean, hey, if that's the only thing that that's possible to beat me, and then, you know, that's fine by me, I guess. Heavy Ball. Because I don't think you win any other way, I will tell you right now. I don't think this deck stands any chance whatsoever against what I'm playing
This
here.
isn't the matchup this deck's looking for, I'll be honest.
What you're looking for is my matchup? No chance.
No, I don't think. Sorry.
There's absolutely no way that you win this. Basically ever, I don't think.
Your healing matchup in this deck's like, no thanks.
I guess we put down another Clink, it makes sense here. Just trying to think, because there is some potential other stuff for it here, but I think this makes the most sense, to be honest. Right, fair enough. Okay. And then we will copycat. Because I guess it really wanted a knife supporter and did not want to play Juniper, so that is the one that was decided on putting in, I guess, so hooray. I mean, it's not the worst, I'll tell you now. We will attach a rainbow to the Klink here. I think that makes some reasonable amount of sense for it. And, does it? No, it probably makes more sense to put it on the Empoleon, right? Because I don't have the energy trans right now, so yeah, go ahead.
Ultra Ball is going to switch and then in. Groudon.
Yep.
Bench it. Copycat.
Okay.
5.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Pass.
Okay. We will draw. Very funny game. Heavy Ball. So I really wanted to get one of my attackers with this thing, but I think getting Klang is probably the best bet here. So we'll evolve, and then we will end. Because my hand has all fucking 3 of them in there right now. God damn it, dude. I drew the 3rd one for turn. I was like, you absolute shitter. Whatever. Okay. Let's go ahead. There's no energy attached last turn, so that's probably fine for me. Let's go ahead and Junkam here, discarding... Honestly, at this point, I think discarding 2 Klink is probably fine, because I don't think they are going down fast enough here, and if they are, this deck does have... I'm pretty sure it has Super Rod at this point. If it doesn't, well, whatever. We're going to grab the Heavy Ball for... Wait for it. Where is he gone? Kyogre.
You don't have to see the cards, you can just highlight them, you know.
I mean, you see the name of the card when you do that, yeah. So Kyogre out. We will attach a rainbow to the Kyogre.
I did not know that. Thank you.
And that will do. Go ahead. There's not really any reason
That as well, so.
There's not really any reason to attack you with Energy Press when it's not gonna kill from Yanmega anyway. So.
Attach fighting to Groudon. Random receiver.
Yup. That Ultra Ball does not get discarded.
Yeah, but great part there. Random receiver. George.
Yep. I will let you know I had the Klinklang in hand, so.
Yanmega, retreat, and pass.
Okay, we will draw. Well, I have Heavy Ball, so we're gonna get it anyway. Unfortunately, I have not found Darkrai, so I can't attack with the ideal thing I want to here, but it's fine. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Grab a South Klinklang. We do have an energy down, okay, so that's at least one thing. So we have the Klinklang, we will attach Eviolite, use our Shift Gear to shift us up to the active, and Iron Breaker, which isn't going to stop anything else attacking afterwards, but it will stop that. So, yeah.
After fighting to the Groudon. 22nd Groudon. Copycat for a very sad free.
Yup.
Sonic Boom.
Okay, so we will take 50. Alright, we will draw. Okay. Yeah, seems like a reasonable enough point to do that. We will go ahead and transfer them onto the Kyogre because I can move them all back. We'll Max Potion the active. Yep. I'll keep this one aside because I'm going to put a Prism on instead. I think it's better keeping the actual Rainbow aside elsewhere because that might actually feel... Hey, Gear Grind is an attack that might actually have to happen at some point in these games. I am never discounting it, so I'm going to keep the Rainbow aside as the main one here. Bench down Groudon and Iron Breaker for 80.
I'm just not sure how they feel really Max Potion like that at all. It just goes against what his deck's trying to do entirely. Jump discard, switch, and Max Potion for random receiver.
Yep. been a bit of a weird spot for me too, because I'm like, I don't know exactly whether it was right benching the Groudon, but given how many like disruption supporters you're likely playing, it's probably better for me to do so. Yeah, because that, basically. Pretty much exactly that, to be honest with you, is why I was like, I'm just going to bench it, because I think it's going to be more useful that I do so here. So the goal is to have a variety of my attacker stuff out, right? So
Capture in the Klinklang.
see, I told you Darkrai might come up.
George.
Yep.
Mewtwo, TCG.
That's bold of you. Wait, you can't attack now with this guy, so you're gonna have to do something else. I just realized because you don't have matching hand sizes anymore, you can't attack
I
without
could
Mega.
attack anyway because I was Iron Breaker.
Right, fair enough.
pass.
Fair enough. I was like, huh, hold the phone.
Yeah, not only was I not a matching hand size, but I was Iron Breaker, so...
Yeah, here's why it's too risky for you to do that. Because yeah, I am playing one of these because fuck you when you're not stupid freaking playing Mewtwo in any capacity within this St. John. It's objectively wrong.
Yeah, like... I had to put in the Mewtwo because I need to threaten the Kyogre. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, that's still not threatening. I mean, yeah, no, threatening enough if you get too many energy down, but... alright, we will attach a rainbow to the Klink, I guess, here. Yeah, I mean, it's probably... yeah, because I don't really want to put an extra damage counter on here, and I don't really see anywhere else I want to put a damage counter right now, so that's probably fine. And we will end.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I mean... I've got to kind of get something reasonable out of it, right? Well, I mean, I would, but, okay, yeah, you know what? It's 2 coins, and if I flip one of them at least, I kill it, so... I still have a couple of energy around, and Mewtwo isn't threatening this because of resistance, so, yeah, we're gonna go for the Gear Grind. Alright, 160 carats, I guess. I only needed one of those, but that's fine by me, because I don't have damage counters on me right now, so you're not killing it with this either, so...
Gamma. Patch active. Judge.
Okay. As always, judging a hand of 4 supporters feels nice. But I mean, that just means I could draw into them all again, right? So...
Eviolite.
yeah, seems reasonable. Yeah, part of me has been thinking I should have moved these energy off the Cobalion, and then the other part of me is like, no, it has Eviolite and a resistance to Psychic. It's not going to die to anything that way. It's safer keeping the energy there right now. These sorts of decks are always weird that way. There's a lot of micro decisions you've got to consider with that. Right, so 20 to this guy. Cobalion takes nothing, but 10 to the rest of them. That seems fair.
It's a bit of a weird situation.
Oh, you're gonna do it, okay. Right, we will draw. Okay, so the first thing we're kind of obviously going to do is put down an Eviolite here. So, I mean, it's Groudon or Mewtwo, I guess, is the thing. See, the thing is, you already have the 10 on Mewtwo, so it kind of matters there, though. Yeah, we'll put it down because it means that, you know, you still need to commit another energy to it. So I guess that's fine. Heavy Ball. Grab out. There he is. I knew there was the second one in there because I'd seen it earlier. Sir Klang, the I don't know, the third probably. Who fucking knows with these things? Random receiver. There it is. Okay. I mean, it's technically better than nothing, right? Yeah, we'll go ahead and play it. That's okay. Take a look, see. Oh, controller, please. Thankfully, I was in the search menu, so it didn't move the camera around at all. That would have been kind of annoying. Yeah, let's just spread the energy out for now, I guess. This is as you say, it's kind of a weird situation off of it here. Yeah, spread the energy around. I'll attach a medal for turn as well. And yeah, I guess that's going to do it for now. Go ahead.
This always happens. Ball the Yanma. XP share on the bench Groudon.
You know you want to just drop.
I am. It's like, it's worth thinking about.
Is it?
Well, yeah, because the longer I spend without being able to get this thing away, right?
Yeah, like, right now he's kind of an awkward place, because if he commits to this, he's liable to just get bonked for it and lose a ton of energy.
No, because I just max potion first, right? If I'm going to commit to this thing, I'm going to max pot first and then do it, so you don't get Giant Claw buff.
Yeah.
So just to kind of immediately shoot that one down, that is not a correct assessment of the situation.
I think I don't think I see you getting into the 1-up soon anyway. Yeah, I'll just Giant Claw knockout then.
Okay, he will go away. Prize will get taken. Does it really matter what I bring in first here? Probably not. We'll go there. Yeah, so one slight mistake probably of benching the Mewtwo that early is I didn't leave space for the Darkrai that I drew, so it was like, oh, I see. That might be a problem. We will random receiver here. See, oh, Ponce is pretty good. Yeah, we'll play that. Draw 6. Alright, well, I mean, plus side, I have the energy, so that's pretty good. Iron Breaker for 60, force you to switch. Haven't seen any physical switch played yet, but it's probably fine. Oh no, yeah, because they've been discarded, right? So junk arm, one arm has been played. I mean, you probably have it either way. There's not much I'm gonna do about that aspect of it. So yeah, we'll just Iron Breaker for 60.
Random receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Copycat.
It's not the worst, but your hand is much larger than that at the moment, so I don't know what we would have to see. Yeah, it'd be like a 26 card deck to shuffle at that point, so yeah, gotta get some more stuff down.
Bench Groudon.
Yep.
Junk Arm, discarding. Ultra Ball. And Random Receiver. Get back switch.
You really are just playing all four of them, huh?
Copycat.
Yep. Yeah, Shuffle Draw 5 is pretty reasonable.
And Sonic Boom for 50 on it.
Sure. There. Alright, we will draw. Oh, that's pretty good. That's good, but like, is it all I need here? I mean, it's Junk Arm, so it's going to be good for something, right? We'll discard Groudon and Rare Candy here. It is a weird one. I think I know what should happen off of this. Yeah, I think I know what needs to happen off of this hand. We're going to Heavy Ball. I was tempted to get Max Potion, I really was, or even Random Receiver actually would have been pretty respectable as well. But no, I think we need to get the Heavy Ball here because we want to get Klinklang out. So Klinklang goes down, Catcher up the Mewtwo. Zero retreat because of Darkrai. We will move our energy away. I need to put 3. I'll put one of the medals actually, it's probably the better sack here.
Yeah. Too far behind at that point.
Yep. I had another Prism in hand as well, so I was going to be more than ready to attack with whatever I wanted to at that stage.
I was considering arranging a catcher plus power kill on a Darkrai, but I can't really, which I could have done, but I wasn't sure if I could answer the Kabalion at that point.
Yeah, Iron Breaker is extremely good, and yeah, not much to say with it there.
So climb corners.
my other card in hand was another catcher, so I was pretty well set to just decimate basically everything at that point. Because like even if you kill the Darkrai, I probably still go catcher kill your Mewtwo, and then unless you disrupt this immediately, at which point you're probably giving me more cards based on the sort of support that you'd be using off of it. I just catcher kill the Groudon with what I had there at the time, right? Probably, and maybe not in one shot. That's the thing. But
I think you're right. The set's just not beating the Klinklang.
It shouldn't do. I probably didn't play it the greatest off it, but it shouldn't beat it.
Yeah. Like, the concept was based on that list you posted, but I've done a lot of changes.
I mean,
that list was terrible.
Yeah, I like. Okay, so to be fair, like if I didn't have a Mewtwo in this list, then maybe it would have been a little bit more annoying. I have a Shaman though, so this probably is a wildcard kill later on in the game as well. That would have been like, oh fuck, what do I do now, sort of it, right? When I just drop this in play, and I'd be like,
Yeah,
uh oh.
Yeah, because that's something that the Mewtwo would have to deal with almost certainly, and it's not dealing with it.
It's
very
not
well.
dealing with it super well, is it now?
And
So
Groudon's not dealing with it though either. So
yeah, so yeah, I mean, the obvious idea with this, that's one of the big things that I love. You know I'm a sucker for the whole like energy transmax potion thing, but it's just the way the attackers sort of work here. It's like, yeah, Groudon is pretty solid into the meta, not quite as good as a Terrakion into Darkrai specifically, but if you do the Tromp stuff, set up the damage, it's perfectly fine. Yeah, this deck can't play...
plus power gets you there without even needing to boost.
Yeah,
that,
but try playing plus power in a deck like this, right?
Yeah, no, yeah.
But Kyogre gets it there as well, and Kyogre's actually way better than it looks specifically in this deck, because yeah, this card looks terrible, but the lightning weakness isn't that big of a deal because you just tromp all over eel decks anyway, and that's probably fine. And even through Eviolite, this is enough to set up like a kill on a Terrakion, for example. Dual Splash plus Giant Claw is 170 total, which is super good, and it, without having to just tromp the entire time, you can just dual splash a couple of guys that you want to kill later with your claw, right? So it's really kind of nice in this setup, not gonna lie.
So 6 corners.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at this point it effectively is, right? Because I did put the Mewtwo in as well, so that technically is another sort of cover. But it's
what the deck's trying to do. It's certainly still basically KO damage fixing, ground to finish things off while basically using the energy transing to make it not suck to pay for all these attacks.
Right, and it's like, what do you do going against it sort of thing with it, right? It's like if you catch her around the thing that's doing the damage because it's the only way you're going to get a kill, then you're not dealing with the energy that's in play. But if you try and deal with the energy in play, it's really hard to get one-hit KOs against a deck like this when it doesn't exactly die in one hit to Mewtwo, pretty much. And at that point, then it just goes, well, I have 4 max potion and 3 junk arms, so you're not getting enough attacks off in the game. That's pretty much the entire thing. I could even consider taking out the revive for the 4th junk arm to get another pot in here, to be honest. But this was playing 2 revive. I swapped 1 out for the Mewtwo because I was like, you need to play a Mewtwo in here. I don't care that it technically makes the DMT matchup slightly weaker. It's not by much, and you need that sort of response because that was going to be a trouble point, right? Is dealing with this thing. If I didn't have one of my own, then you can't one-shot it. What was I going to do? Like dual splash potentially, but you could have just put Eviolite on, and then I wouldn't have dinged it in. So it starts getting really awkward to handle this in one shot, and I think you do need to have one of your own to answer it here. I'm not sure on the Shaman, to be honest. Maybe that could also be a thing, but I do understand why it's there, because sometimes you will find those matchups where it's just like, I can't save everything I want to save, or maybe you do get land crushed on a catcher for the Darkrai, stuff like that, right? So I can understand it.
That's how you start picking this apart, I think. You gotta, it's like you gotta catch your things. I'm not sure if you kill the Darkrai first or the Klinklang though.
Yeah, the big way you take this apart is you hammer. That's the biggest weakness of this deck, is a hammers build. Darkrai Hammers was a popular deck around the time, and that would have been a really good way of stopping this, right? Because you just crushing hammer, and Junk Hunt for crushing hammer is enough to do a lot against this deck.
One of the things I did actually remove from this was the 2 of Lost Remover.
Yeah, Lost Remover as a tech would have been really good as well. That was another potential danger for stuff here. I think that's why the deck is also on 3 basic metal as well. I kind of forgot there is actually no Super Rod in here, but I really didn't think I needed to set up any more Klinklang in that game, right? If you somehow KO'd both Klinklang and I wasn't still in a position to win the game, I think something would have gone incredibly wrong in that match, right? So even with me overbenching a little bit to have the answer to Mewtwo available immediately and not leaving space for the Darkrai, that was the only sort of annoying point that I should have done better, I think, is not bench the Mewtwo in response to yours, and just be like, okay, I need to save this space for Darkrai when I draw it, and yeah, in case you catch around Klinklang or something, right? But Klinklang, as you saw, can actually attack, and it can do some reasonable damage. So, good on you, Klinklang, you did the job here. Just do not metal shift gear Prism Energy to it, because you will never be able to move them again if you do so. That was the thing I was being really careful not to do, was make sure I didn't lose my Prism Energy, and was shifting the rainbows and stuff instead to it so I could actually attack. I would have considered paying retreat in that spot, to be honest, if it was looking really dire. Like, if you just kept tromping and I was drawing into my energy so I was still getting attaches for turn, I probably would have paid like a couple of basic metal in the Prism to retreat, to be honest. Because, yeah, I don't know. Or maybe I would have just max potted and tried to hit you for 60 first and then go for it. Who knows? EVLI did kind of complicate things a little bit in terms of the math there, but I think I would have just like dual splashed at that point instead, right? Get the 80 on the active, which was still 2-shot because of Iron Breaker, and get the 50 down somewhere else so I could get an easy setup kill later on. Probably would have made a lot of sense. So yeah, I really would have considered paying a hard retreat once to get the Klinklang out at that point if I would, because I was just drawing into my energy and supported stuff like to play every turn, right? It's what you want to do with an energy trans deck. You don't accelerate the energy very often, but you are going ahead and being able to just keep attaching, keep preserving them in play, and sometimes you do just need to use them for a retreat cost, right?
I got to go. I think I'm just getting hungry, so...
Yeah, no, it's fine, dude. No worries about that. Like I said, well, I'll try and do Saturday stuff. It really does just depend on when the visit is. If it's like late-ish into the afternoon, then I might not have enough time for food myself. Maybe I don't, but we'll see. I wanted to show this off, though, because when I saw this and like actually played a bit with it, I was like, oh shit, this is actually really cool. I love this deck. So, you know, really had to show it off here. Not the only one I wanted to show from this, mind you, but Sai was playing a deck that was weak to lightning, and I really wanted to do like one last thing that involved a lightning card that wasn't Eel. So I didn't get to show that one off today, but that's fine. We can do that another time.
Well, see ya.
Bye-bye. Ah, well. Yeah, I mean, sometimes Judge is just going to do the thing, right? And just be like, I'm gonna judge out of your, like, free supporter hand into unplayable brick for forever. And that does get kind of annoying, because it's like, just if I won the die roll, I would have been golden in that game, right? So, sucks to be that. But yeah, I mean, we saw how effective this stuff can be otherwise. You can see also probably why I didn't want to play against you specifically, because it's like, I don't think you have anything in your deck that would be able to deal with this if I just max pot every time, right?
Yeah, no.
So
I would need to find a way to snipe out the Groudons, and even then I'm not taking enough.
yeah, against Empo, I would Night Spear every turn probably, or Dual Splash a little bit. Dual Splash into Night Spear seems like a pretty good setup for them. Yeah, I just don't bench the Groudon against against Empoleon, right? Because I think Darkrai and maybe Kyogre a little bit too, but I think Darkrai, somewhat Kyogre and Empoleon would be enough to deal with that matchup. So, because yeah, Eviolite Darkrai when I don't necessarily have to bench like 6 guys down, Empo's gonna struggle against that for sure. Was there anything else you wanted to do today then, or is that
I think that's it.
that's gonna be it? Yeah. Okay. Let's mark that then.
I'll still have this for Saturday.
Yeah. Do you want to take a look into what the stuff is going to be like after rotation? Because there's a lot that's kind of going that we're used to using here. Since we do have some time, right? Yeah, I'll remove the stuff here, and because we don't need to keep any of this, I don't think. Oh, you got that side, I'll get this one then.
I'm actually happy with how the other deck worked.
Yeah, it's a shame that we didn't get to see the Twist Mountain stuff do its thing, but it is a gimmick for a reason, right? It's never something you would take to a serious tournament, because you might just never hit it, and
Yet the guy who said it says it might be a tier 1 deck because the combo is obvious.
Yeah.
Sure, bud.
Yeah. Boy. Right.
Your ideal board state is 4 Aerodactyl, 3 Empoleon.
Oh, yeah. Right, so how do you want to do this then? Do we want to just, like, do what I usually do with the stuff and sort of generate what would be, I guess, an interest list off of it? Like, bring out the sets, see what would be good out of them, and go from there? Or...
Oh, oops, I changed the wrong color.
That's alright.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it.
Yeah, because we're losing all of the Hard Gold Soul Silver sets, obviously. That's the main sort of bit from it. Where do we want to start? Probably up the corner is fine. Because I usually do them like two set and then drop down or
so
something.
Black and White on from now on?
Yeah, Black and White on. Which means, unfortunately, we lose a lot of our draw supporters, is I think the main bit. We lose Pont, we lose Sage, Copycat goes, Judge goes. We basically only have Charon and Bianca as non, Juniper N supporters, which is really annoying.
Which is why everyone's running 4-4 in Random Receiver.
Yeah, you will see on Legends, because I took a look at this earlier, you'll see on Legends a lot of lists are playing 3 or 4 Charon / Bianca here as well in this exact set. We get Skylar in the set afterwards, which ends up being the thing most people play instead, but obviously we don't have that in Dragons Exalted, so... the main bit I'm looking for in the promo stuff here, Tropical Beach is an obvious one, because that is still here. This was the 2013 version of it, after all. So there's that, and then technically, this hasn't come up yet, but technically this is available as well as a neutral stadium of sorts, where it's kind of like that old Speed Stadium, but it doesn't flip until Tails. It's just one coin that you get. If you really need to bounce a stadium like Sky Arrow Bridge, there is a reasonable shot this is like the best neutral one to do. So there is that, and then I guess we want the Core for Family Litwick out here as well. We could go ahead and get different arts of the stuff out too, but right now I don't think that's the main thing to do. We just want to try and get a baseline of stuff here, right? So we can fuss over the artwork stuff later on. Alright, do we want to just do this one set at a time, or do you want me to get all 6 of them out?
We should do it one at a time. I don't want to overload the server.
That's kind of where I was saying as well. So, Black and White base. What do we even still take? I mean, we obviously take the Ambor stuff, because that's still good. Yeah,
still things.
Reshiram, Zekrom could still be played. Yeah, we lose Typhlosion, but we do still have Emboar, so with that and Energy Retrieval, you could still play Reshiram if you wanted to.
Just it's so easily fittable into almost anything.
Yeah. And, I mean, if you're playing Ray Boar instead of Ray Eels, then you could probably play Reshiram, so... There's that. Definitely we need to get all the trainers out, basically. Except Full Heal. Fuck Full Heal. Nobody cares about that. I guess you could also say except Pokeball, because really nobody's going to care about that either, but...
Pokedex as well.
Yeah... I want to get...
not using that.
I want to get Pokedex out, because I technically used it in a very funny meme deck later on, but it's not playable yet, because we don't have Ether, so... Yeah, when Ether comes out, Pokédex can come back in, but until then, yeah, no. PCOM Potion was used in the Entei deck that won Canadian Nats, so
yeah, but that also is a deck that didn't exist.
Yeah, it was a stupid deck, but I think it's still something that I'm I can't fully discount Potion as much as I want to, because yeah. Alright, so I keep trainers separate from the Pokemon stuff, so yeah, Zoroark. I don't think we take the Zora anymore, because the other 2 that are in Dark Explorers are just better. You could consider Mandibuzz if you wanted to. I
don't think it's the worst thing.
It's not the worst, no.
And it is level ball searchable.
Yeah, that's what would make it potentially passable for the deck, right, for Zoroark, is that you could level ball search it. I have no idea which of the Volibes is best, so if we just keep it
We'll
aside
hold
at
it
the
out
moment.
for now in a separate
Yeah.
pile, and we'll look at the other ones.
Yeah.
Do you ever get a
Klinklang.
good one of these?
Unfortunately, no. Boundaries Crossed is like a passable thing, because I think at least 2 of the line have got Poison Point at that stage, which is not the worst thing ever. But yeah, it's still very expensive to attack with, so
That's
tough.
probably the best Solosis.
Yeah, I'm not as convinced about the Duosian though, because the one in, what was it, Noble Victories was rollout for 20 for a colorless, which
Yeah,
with the same
sounds better.
HP and stuff, that's probably better. So yeah. What else we got? The Boofer. Boofer definitely needs to stay. We get actual Boofer in as in the one with the Boofer ability in the next set, which is really cool. But you could still play that revenge attack. So I don't remember.
Do we grab these or do we grab the other? No, I suppose it doesn't really matter. Arts at this point.
We can get the preferred artworks out later on if you want. Just grab them out for now. We'll search for the preferable artworks later if we want to establish that. I'm gonna put this Muna down in the same bit as the Volibee because we don't get long distance hypnosis in Dragons Exalted. So I'm gonna put this one down here because the Mershana is probably worth noting. But oh, maybe that's a reason why you could bring I'm putting Pokedex in. I don't give a fuck. Like 4-1, looking at the top 2, taking 1 to hand, the other to the top of the deck. If you stack the top of the deck with the card you want out of 5, that's actually not the worst. So I'm keeping it out anyway.
I'm actually not too sure on which Pig Knight's better.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I mean, I've always ended up playing the other one because I think so. My issue with this, right, is that Flame Charge has to attach to this Pig Knight, which has the same issue as what that Pikachu did in the previous round, right? It's like now you've just given Mewtwo a target to go, okay, free energy, KO the Pig Knight, right? And that is very annoying, to be honest. But if both of them are Heavy Ball searchable, that's fine, I guess.
They are.
Yeah, so do we keep this Ember out as well?
We could.
We could. It's not as powerful anymore, but it's possible, I guess. Yeah, so we'll do that.
Are any of these decent?
I think there's a Blitzel that's got agility that I remember seeing later on, which is the one you'd use for if you were gonna do Disconnect Degeneracy. Superior. I guess we've kept Reuniclus, so Superior's probably worth keeping.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure which one of these to pick.
Yeah. Oh, there is a promo Snivy that's got Paralysis on a flip. Doesn't do damage, but that might be the play. I think this one's definitely the pick for Servine, because Paralysis on a flip, right? It can really help. Probably take this Snivy out for now. We might search for the other one later. And I think that's about it from this set, right? I mean, when you consider what we've even been thinking about playing recently as well, I don't think there's any other card in here that we've even considered.
Well, we've the better Mincino. Do the Wave is outdated, I think, at this point.
It's unfortunate, but I do kind of agree. Yeah, I love this little guy, but I think with EXs, I mean, it's possible. It's just like, you've seen how hard it is for me to keep going with Zoroark every turn, right? I know this is levelable. It's the same issue. Potentially worse because we can't dart patch to this thing, right? So, yeah, as much as I like it, I think the fact of Eviolite is so popular as well, it's probably not worth it. I mean, if you want to play this kind of thing, I think we have better options now. So,
like Empoleon.
Like Empoleon, yeah. Empo is actually still pretty solid, so... and then, yeah, I think that's about it. This Soulsbug would like that new Fortress EX, right? Nature Power, 10 more for each grass energy in play, basically, so... That Fortress EX that goes KO itself and search your deck for 5 grass energies to put on stuff.
That could be funny.
Mm.
But even then, you're only going up to 70.
Yeah, by just that itself, yeah. Right,
And
with
you're giving up a prize for that.
you're giving up 2 because it's an EX.
Oh, definitely not. Absolutely not.
Ah, dear. Right. I know we've got other basic energies and stuff, but I'll keep these out anyway. We'll probably replace them with better ones later, but it is
Probably
fine.
still going to be using the HGSS ones.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of just kept using those for ages, so I probably will too. But right, so free to delete this one and go on to the abomination of the next set.
Yeah, where we'll grab like 2 cards.
Yeah. Yeah, we will.
Probably Tornadus and Thunders.
And then just a couple of the trainers as well, yeah. Oh, we probably need to get the other catcher back out, don't we, from one of the decks. I should have realised that before I deleted it.
I've just been using the gold ones, so none of mine have them this week.
Yeah. No, it's fine, it's fine. I'll get it out later. This Vullaby's got 50 HP, so it's probably not good enough at this point. Yeah, I think I would rather take the surprise attack in 60 HP than...
This might be a decent Whirlipede.
Yeah, this one is one of the reasons why the Scolipede deck was even, like, I would say considerable, because the Whirlipede, if I remember rightly, didn't have Poison Point for some reason in that set. It was the... maybe I'm misremembering, I don't know. It is 90 HP in level and Heavy Ball searchable, and of course, yeah, Venoshock was the thing. Venoshock with Hypnotoxic Laser, let's go.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah, but, yeah, that's a thing for later. Right, so Tornadus, Thunders, for sure, those go there. Trainers are on the left-hand side here, so I guess if you want to pull the trainers out into there, that's where they're currently going. Let's get the Goths.
Catcher, Max Potion, Great Ball.
Yeah, we'll get the Goths out.
Charon, Bianca.
Yep. Like I say, we'll find other arts for it later. But...
Recycle's not going.
Yeah, I mean, just because we lose Junk Arm doesn't mean we have to play the shitty alternative to win.
I'd rather play the Sableye.
But just think, if you play Mershana as well and you flip the head, you could just take the top card off and just put it into hand. Bust it, right? It's so fucking bad. God. Yeah, as we've seen the Minchino outclass later on, so we don't need that one anymore. And yeah, there's basically nothing else worth entertaining. It's like, I guess if you didn't like deleting Glare for whatever reason, you could play this Gothorita, but really, I think Glare is probably just better. This would be good, but Heavy Ball searchable Klink is just too good to pass up, right?
Accidentally rotated it.
No, it's fine, it's fine. No, this actually would have been... It's funny because he does have spinning attack after all, so... Yeah, I'm pretty confident in saying we can move on from this now, because there's just not really anything else worth noting. It's so sad.
There is another Terrakion with Justified, but it's too hard to charge.
Yeah, I don't remember when that comes out. This later on for sure, but I don't remember. It's one of the very few black and white promos that isn't in the main set, so...
50 damage on dark types, but it's like 2 fighting, 2 colorless to do 80.
Right. I think the problem with that is that you almost definitely don't need that extra damage on the dark types, right?
No.
The others kind of get away with it, but I don't think you can really say the same for Terrakion.
Also just excessive to charge it.
Yeah, it's difficult for sure.
Oh, it also discards an energy, but that's not good against dark types.
Oh, yeah. If you flip heads on. At least the artwork is kind of nice. I know it's 5-man and people hate on them for. I guess they just don't like the 3D model stuff, but for that one in particular, it's alright.
That's not the worst one.
Yeah, we get this guy in the next set too. That's not as easy to use as the other Terrakion generally, but is actually kind of potent in its own right. So it's still like it does build some decks. It's worth potentially considering. Right, so noble victories. The set actually does have some interesting stuff. So of course we do want the Victini. Both of them. If you wanted to meme, we could take the Psychic one as well, but you know.
Super Rod.
Yeah. Terrakion, Cobalion definitely still go in.
Helmets.
The Lampent Chandelure, still worth looking at. Probably more so actually by the time we get in a couple of sets. So yeah, I don't like this Victini artwork wise because the red background is just.
I think
so
we take this one, right?
Yeah, we can take that one because 60 HP can be annoying, but it's got a 1 energy retreat and that attack is actually kind of nice. So sometimes decks will play that as a choice. Lando can come in.
Obviously goes in.
Obviously, yeah. Yeah, and we'll stick with just the Thunder Wave.
Thunder Wave.
Here's the Duosian, by the way, that I was mentioning before. The just 20 for a colorless. So that can
Kyurem should. Oh, you probably grabbed a Kyurem, right?
I have not actually, because Kyurem doesn't have the full art like the other two did. So. Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it is. If you want for Zeb Striker, this is probably the Blitzel to play because agility, not Thunder Wave, but it's still pretty good. So there is that. For some reason, I always remember this Shelmet being the one that gets played, but I don't know why, because there's functionally no difference in it. So, but whatever, I'll keep it out anyway. Because unfortunately, Excelgor is something that is potentially considerable. Durant needs to come out. I know we probably won't see it again, but it is still a viable deck for the time, so we'll have it anyway.
Not against Dark.
Not well, yeah, it's not amazing against Dark, but. That's
I think
why,
it 100% loses versus Dark.
That's why you've got to play Terrakion as well at this point. It is not pure Durant anymore, it does need Terrakion too. Okay,
I think that's everything from here.
I don't remember exactly, but I'm gonna...
Oh, no, wait. Got one.
Oh, you want the round stuff in? Okay, yeah, we could go for that. At that point, we definitely need this Palpitoad because it also has round, and the Time Pole can kind of be whatever. These are the ones that I don't exactly know which ones are best yet. Hydreigon is in Dragon's Exalted, obviously, so we want to keep options available for that. So. I don't think we need to keep this Stunfisk out because even I never ended up playing it in the stuff. Like, I loosely considered it in the Skyra Bridgeal decks, but no.
It's a shame the Cofagrigus Slater isn't better.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I guess we could keep this out because you could technically tech this into... It's not like a great answer, but I guess you could tech this in to try and beat the dot decks with Eels. It's not really a good enough answer, but it does have one retreat, I guess, and it hits a lightning in like a fighting type as a lightning deck. You can kind of justify it. Otherwise, yeah, I think that's it. I kind of want to bring.
Maybe.
It's. Do you want that, or do you want Call for Family? Because we have the.
That is the question.
Because we have the Call for Family promo one. I did keep out earlier. Speaking of which,
I can see them both being situationally good.
It's for this. You need to specifically play Psychic Energy, I suppose. But I mean, Blend Energy can kind of do the thing. Yeah. You know what? I'll do a barter. We'll bring out the Meme Teeny and we'll have that as well.
Sometimes you don't want your Litwick to stay inactive.
Yeah.
Start with it.
That's completely fair. Do we want to bring Vanillux out as well?
We probably should, because we haven't done
Yeah.
VVV yet.
And we probably won't, but well, we can't because Valplume's rotating, thank fuck. But
Oh yeah.
yeah. I mean,
VV could still be pretty good.
it could. With Garbodor, potentially, it could be, yeah. Yeah, because Garbodor's in the next set, so it's like, I'm thinking about it going, I know you can still play Switch, which is the main bit for it, but it's just like, not a lot of decks play a ton of Switch, and we don't have Junk Arm anymore, so just getting those Switch back is not necessarily free. And so yeah, maybe you could actually still trap some stuff with that, and just Garbodor stopping abilities to... Later on it would be Keldeo that would get stopped by that, right? So yeah, it's possible. There were some very, very rough hints at one point of this Cryogonal because of Ice Chain being reasonable, but I don't honestly think it's that good. It's just because we don't have that many attacks of that type anymore, right? That I think people were sort of conning onto it just a tiny bit, but nobody ever played it seriously, but from what I've seen. And this Fungus is outclassed by the other one later on, so we don't need to keep that either. Alright, should we just move on?
Yep. I think we've gotten everything useful out of here.
Yeah. Alright, next. Destinies. Haha. Yeah, see, when I do these things myself, I usually do end up having all the sets out if I can, because especially when there's not that many of them, it gets a bit problematic by the end of a format, which is why I tend to just work on what I already have, but yeah.
Don't know if we're...
You could do. We do lose for Alligator though, so I guess the reason you could potentially keep that is because you could consider it in the deck that I played today, right? Or in that sort of Energy Trance type deck. It doesn't fit into Hydreigon because it works on the type the blend doesn't do, but it does work with the blend that Klinklang does. So you could consider it just because of that, to be honest. I don't know if I'd recommend it, but I wouldn't hate it if somebody did it, right? Because discarding a special energy is really good, as you found out yourself. Yes, I think I will just throw all of these into the pile here.
I feel like Salan's a maybe.
Yeah, it's a maybe. You could I think you would maybe play it in like Raybor at the moment. You could play one of it. Poké Center might as well come out. It's another sort of neutral stadium, but it also helps to mitigate Night Spear.
I think this is our Minccino if we're taking one.
If you want to take that Cinccino, then yeah, that is the Minccino that you want. Right, you have taken Seismitoad, so we have to take Wigglytuff. Because round is a thing. We need the Sneasel, not necessarily the Weavile, but I guess we could bring it out anyway. Tools are going to be a little bit more prevalent here, but we want the Sneasel because Sneasel's corner is potentially decent for... I mean, it would be for Zoroark basically at this point, but corner is a good attack, so yeah. Yeah,
we're going to need the Musharna.
We are. And this is where it's like, which of these two Munna is actually better? So this is...
I'm going to go with Hypnosis.
DC. Yeah, probably. Yeah, because I think you really don't want to put a DC on this thing, right? So,
no.
Yeah, I think Hypnosis one is better.
We're probably going to want Gardevoir.
Yeah, I still don't know what we do with it at the moment, but yeah, I mean, it's still fun, so you could potentially do that. Here's the Zeb Striker, yeah.
Yeah, that.
I guess I'll bring Zapdos out. It's not that great, but Lightning type is resistant to fighting, I suppose, is not the worst.
This Vanillux as well?
Yeah, and I'll bring the Vanillite too, because the previous one had 50 HP, so this one works out. Lapras isn't needed anymore. We have a Molga that's going to do that, so that one's not necessary. Amoonguss for sure needs to
And
come
Chandelure.
in. Yep. Litwick at your own discretion. It's 60 HP, but it doesn't have a useful attack, so it's at your own choice on this one.
Yeah,
I think for the memes we've got to bring the pincer in, right? It's not good, but for the memes it's got to come out.
I think that's it.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just the Uncommon Energy podcast does guess that flavor text sequence in the middle of it. Chip and Azul do a thing. One of them reads the flavor text to the other person, and they have like 3 lifelines to try and guess what the text is. You know, varying amount of points based on how many they used. The one that was brought up today, this week, was Panpour, and it's just like it's the same one as this, but it was from Fusion Strike was the set that the text came from. And yeah, I heard the flavor text and I was like, the fuck is this? It was like the only thing I could possibly think of was like, is it Panpour? Then they go for all the stuff. Chip doesn't get it because who the hell would get this, right? And
I think the tuft on the head is full of the water stored in the tuft on the head is probably the big clue there.
And that's the only reason why I even thought about Panpour in the first place. And the attack name was Pry, so it doesn't do anything to help you out in terms of what it is. If it was Water Gun, then probably wouldn't help either, but like, you know, if it was a Gen 5 set, right, because one of their lifelines is the set name, one is the attack name, and one is the stage. Set, yeah,
that wouldn't be an issue.
You start thinking, okay, maybe, you know, how many of them stupid monkeys were printed? It's like, this is the third, I think, fucking printing of these things in 4 sets.
And none of them are good.
None of them are good at all. So stupid.
And that doesn't change in the future.
No, it does not.
There's a fucking V-Star, the fire one, and it's still garbage.
Yup. Even worse because of the secret rare one. It's the boys' art at its finest, let's just put it that way.
I'm still surprised they got that many alt art V-Stars.
Yeah.
Got 3 of them out of, what, 30 odd packs?
Yeah, you did really well. Alright, Dark Explorers.
Also, the Zoroark is yawning.
Yeah, it's really cute. Alright. We don't have that.
This was a thing?
Yeah, we have in Radials now. You could play that very easy. In fact, you can play this with a bunch of it, but now, yeah, this is a really good Eels card. The Rayquaza, and the Raikou, they're both really good.
Random receiver, definitely.
Yep, Red Candy. It's the first printing we've had here. I'm still gonna bring. I know it didn't work for you today, but I'm still gonna bring the Twist Mountain out anyway because somebody might want to use it, and it's just.
Still Jim and Cass.
Yeah, Disruptive Central. And then yeah, it's just different artworks for the other ones. So you could swap them if you wanna, but we can probably just like search for cards later on once we just have the established thing. So
Gremlin.
Yep. We need the Klink and the Klang out here. So this is the other competition that Volibee has. I'm just gonna go ahead and say this one is miles better. Whirlwind is a good attack compared to Surprise Attack, surely.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say that's the one we would bring out. I think I would still take this Zoro as well because you might not be playing the deck to use it. Have we put these in the wrong pile? Because there's 2 Pokemon sets. Is this in the wrong pile? Yeah, these guys are in the wrong pile. My bad. Right, so, Espeon for sure.
I want this thing to be good, but it's not.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously
if I
going
had
to be...
10 less health.
So you could level ball search it, yeah. It's obviously going to be very difficult into a dark format anyway, but yeah, it's definitely not helped by that. Right, so I need an Eevee. They both suck, but I guess surprise attack is probably better than nothing.
Successful grabber. Maybe?
Yeah, Minun is still potentially usable sometimes.
Jolteon.
Yeah, Jolteon's not the worst. I think
that's
it's
the right one.
it's
Yeah,
mostly for later on, but you can keep it out anyway. It's like the worst case, we just don't consider it, right? It's not really taking up that much space.
I don't think we'll need heat more.
No, I don't think so. Somehow.
Not in this format. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have the other Shelmet out, so we don't need this one. There's no physical difference really between them, because you don't play Grass Energy in the deck anyway, so there's not really any difference in them. The Electros needs to come out, because this I have heard of being teched in some Eel decks, because of... it's expensive, obviously, but because of Slurp Shakedown, I have actually heard of that being teched as a finisher, so... Especially when you don't have junk arm for catcher all the time. Sometimes you just don't draw your catcher, or you've already had to use them all, right? So, what does this time pole do? Nothing good. Okay.
Do you want the Volcarona?
It's considerable. I'm not really sure how you inflict the burn, but I mean, I guess you could try it with like Entei or something, because 30 plus also burn, right? You take the 80 HP Labesta for sure at that point, not just because 80 HP, but because I've noticed its retreat cost. Entei also is a free energy retreat cost, so that is also worth it.
Heavy ball.
Yeah, and then we actually need to bring the other EXs out here as well. Entei, we've seen I know it's only one deck, but we've seen the Kyogre actually do work here, so it's worth, or just the pressure of it has been good enough, right? I know.
Do you want the Blissey?
You could, I guess. I probably personally wouldn't play it, but I could see the reason why somebody would, especially if you're playing heavy ball anyway, because there is a heavy ball Chansey that you could play. We'll take both because continuous tumble is the meme for Flip's deck, so flipping till tails after all, right? Did you take catcher before, or do we need to take this one?
I believe I took a catcher.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
we'll check.
Yeah. It's either that. I mean, I can just load.
Yeah, we have a catcher.
Okay. I'll probably just load the other ones in later because I have this this saved object still, so I will probably just load them in. Yeah, I think that's it from here then. Yeah, because as funny as the guy is, the Excadrill from here really isn't that strong. It's a shame because I think it's like not too far away from being good, but because like Dig Uppercut is a solid attack, right? To fighting to do 50 and put a card from your discard pile into the hand. Maybe we can just keep it out just because of that right now, because we did just lose Junk Arm after all. It puts any card back into hand, so special energy.
It's nice to see that it's doing its thing even this far back.
Yeah.
Rototiller will be something interesting later on.
Yeah.
Awful, but interesting.
It's just because the two best decks or like arguably the two best decks in the format are Dark and Lightning, right? Or at least that we've had so far. So being a fighting type that's resistant to lightning is definitely in its favor. Although now it's a bit more questionable because those decks will be playing different types, as we'll get into in just a second. But because I think we're done here, unless there's anything else you can see that you would want.
Do you think this should be more of a high retreat cost thing?
Yeah. It's like that that Breloom from a while back, isn't it? It's like if it has, you know, what was it, like fighting double colors for 60, but if they had no retreat cost, it was 60 more. Same sort of thing as that, right? But I mean, that kind of makes a bit more sense for Breloom, I think. Yeah,
Do we need a Woobat?
No, Boundaries Crossed has got Swoobat as my favorite attack name ever, and it's like still not good there, but it would be funny at the very least. But it's not in the set we're about to look at, so
No worries, just figured.
yeah.
Check.
Yep. Right, and then I will bring out technically the next two. Oh, there's another McDonald's set. That doesn't really matter. There's nothing different in there. I'm going to bring this out as well because we will have both of these. It was printed before Boundaries Crossed thingied out. And realistically, there's only like one card in there that's worth even remotely considering anyway. And that is technically first ticket, I guess, would be the thing. But the Kyurem is like kind of okay. It was just very, very hard to charge that up, right? But it was technically okay. And here is our new set. Like, our actual new set. With our new type and everything. Going into the next era with a new type of card. And it has not freaking done very well for me here. Oh boy.
Well, obviously this needs to go into the pile.
Yeah. So I don't know if you want to just look at the set first, or if you want to. It depends what you want to do. It's like if you want to look at the set first, and then we put the stuff in, or if you want to just do it as we go. I'm fine either way. Oh man, silly
This is
jump
so
off.
worse than the other one.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to
Same with
remember.
this.
I'm trying to remember, was it Ambipom in this set? There was Ambipom in this set. So the thing that it was supposed to do is with Ambipom, for double colorless, it does 10 for every card in your hand. So the obviously not a strong strategy, but the idea they were going for is that you evolve up a bunch of the Jumpluff, right? And then, you know, you say Juniper your hand to like 7 or whatever with the Ambipom down, and then you leave it to the wind on 2 or 3 Jumpluff in the same turn, pick up an extra 8-9 cards depending on if you've candied or whatnot, and suddenly Ambipom does like 170 or whatever, and it just is like, yeah. Obviously not a good strategy, but I think that was what they were going for.
I see what deck you're building.
Honestly, it's possible. But
This
it's
is
not,
your child.
it's not necessarily because of Rainbow Burn at this point, though, because you see how frail this thing is, right?
160.
160, and it puts free energy on itself to do 80 damage, right? So it's not necessarily for that, but this did. This is like Puka's baby, if you will, on this. Puka went undefeated for 5 states in a row playing this deck with Terrakion and stuff like that. Because Energy Switch is a really good card, as it turns out, right? And obviously this gets a bunch of energy to itself, so you can then Energy Switch them to stuff like Terrakion and whatnot. And yeah, he won undefeated 5 states in a row with this card. Absolutely ridiculous run off of that, so I'll have to try and at least look up the list that he played and see what I think from it, but yeah, very, very cool story on that, to be honest. Oh, I forgot Reuniclus got a shiny version in later on as well. That's pretty cool. There he is. Boofer. Fucking love this this name. This is a really good card. It's a bit hard to power up at some points, but it's a very good one prizer in your multi-prize deck sort of thing. A lot of Darkrai decks would play DCE so that they are able to play this thing, because it's just a really good break on the metagame, right? I mean literally, because Gold Breaker, but it's just like, it's a one prizer that effectively has 120 HP and does 120 damage for free energy on your EXs and stuff, so really, really good. Yeah. It's the Dragon type comes in a pretty big way here. See, the one I thought you might have wanted to go for was the Garchomp Altaria, like Fluffy Chomp as the deck, because like it doesn't, it might not look immediately that impressive until you read that Altaria is like, oh yeah, plus 20 damage on your stuff. That seems kind of cool. So
Mac Cut just does the 80s.
Yep, and discarding special energy all the time. That would have absolutely destroyed the deck I played against Pepper, right? Because it's basically all special energy. So, yeah. But you also have Dragon Call on the Gabite, which is really good. So, if you can, the trick is trying to get enough basics down on turn 1, as it is with most decks, but especially here because your Swablues, your options are like 40 HP dudes, right? You play this one because Sing, right? Because it's cute. But
that's in N's room.
Yes, but the problem is that, as always, because Swablu itself is not a Dragon type, you cannot Dragon Call for Swablu. So this is like the choke point kind of for the deck. But if you get enough Gibbles down, you can just go evolve 1 to Gabite, Dragon Call for Gabite, Dragon Call for Gabite, etc. and just like chain all of them available. And then next turn, once you've got all of that done, it's like, oh, now I just Dragon Call for the Garchomp and for the Altarias, and then I just go, right? Very straightforward deck, but not the least effective one out there. Yeah, this guy's good medical in some areas. You would wish it had 90 HP for the stuff, right? But yeah, Drifblim's actually a pretty good medical in certain situations, so that's another one that's worth looking at. Oh, it's a time polling here. Oh, it's only got 50 HP, but it does have bubble. But it takes a water to do bubble, so I'm probably gonna say no on that one, but I could see it.
I like the varying details of the tar.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, broken at the bottom of what is this, Dragon Spiral Tower?
Yes.
Yeah, and then this is this Ends? This is back in the day for it, I guess, isn't it, when it wasn't bust at the bottom.
This is also Dragonspire.
Yeah, oh, Dragon Spire, right, yeah, that's the one. And then this is just straight up in Ends Castle. Because that
might
was
also be in there?
I think a lot of the stuff in this set was like around Ends
Dragonspire?
Castle. It
Ends
could
Castle
be,
is...
yeah. I mean, the Claydol very much has to be in Ends Castle, right? I thought that's like half the idea with the set, but I might be wrong. I don't know.
Because there's Ends Castle in the Gigalith.
Right, and it's like the same. This is the same color on the inside and everything as well. It's just in the interior.
Hard to tell.
Yeah, I think the Palpitoad and, well, especially the Timpole. I would have thought Timpole because of just because of the musical reference, right? That very much doesn't look like Ends Castle though. So at the very least, these two I'm pretty sure aren't. But the Seismitoad, like the coloration is different, and from the outer wall stuff here compared to this is very much the golden of Ends Castle on the inside of it. I think most of the Evo line, like the top Evo parts, are there. Ah, yeah, your boy is back. Right, forgot about this. It's really hard to play nowadays, though, right, because of the fighting presence. But oh shit, I forgot about this guy too. I thought he was in the next set. You don't play it without Blastoise, obviously, but I forgot about this. This is the gimmick version of Blastoise.
Oops, all water.
Yeah. But I mean, we've got Victini in the format, so it's not quite as bad as it normally would be, right? So, man, a lot of these have got the Leap promo stamps on them.
And we've got our Ninetales.
Yeah, this is why I took the Mungus out before. Yeah, the Fungus is debatable as to whether you play this one or the other one. Double Spin is not as good as the Find a Friend in some situations, but ideally you just don't want to attack with either of them, right? So, you know.
This is a good art for Beautifred.
Yeah, it is. Oh man, that was a very funny line, huh? Yeah, the Ninjask is in this set as well. This doesn't really have any sort of place before Silver Bangle comes out, but the Shedinja in this set has empty shell, so you don't take prizes when you KO it. So the whole thing at that point was like using Night Slash to go between Ninja Shedinja, and with Silver Bangle that did 90, so it was enough to take out EXs in 2 hits. Not the cleanest of strats, but you know, it was a bad deck Monday deck that got played, I think, so. You do not get to look that smug, Houndoom. You are fucking terrible.
This thing looks annoying.
That was the one that I played the 2/2 line of in my Zoro deck that I had at the end of 2013. Like, I have that past format deck thing, and that this is the one I played in there. I'm glad at least that we got to show the pluses and minuses of that deck today, though, because I know your twist mounts and stuff didn't really set up at all, but we got to see how like aggressive my deck can be with the stuff there, but we also got to see why it doesn't necessarily work in the wider format, right? Because once you got that Empo Terrakion setup, there was just like, what am I supposed to do, right? You know. I couldn't quite manage to get the numbers to KO Terrakion in one shot, partly because of prizes, but mostly just it was just
Eviolite on Terrakion is very strong in this format.
Oh yeah, is it ever? Oh yeah, and then here's the Gothitelle for the Bad Debt Monday flips deck. Doom Decree.
Wait, I look at Black Magic and this could be pretty scary.
Yeah, it's an interesting attack at the very least for the second one. Yeah. That deck did play.
And we have this.
And we have this. Yeah. Yeah, you can see it's quite a lot of cards in this set that are like, oh, this is pretty good, right? Like, a lot of times we get weird sets after a rotation, right? Where there's just not a lot of stuff that's particularly interesting. But you look at this set and it's like, oh, wait, actually a lot of the stuff in here is pretty cool, huh?
Okay, why is this so expensive and why does it have that second fact?
I mean, auto paralysis is pretty disgusting if it is actually allowed, but like, yeah.
For that cost on a stage 2 though.
Yeah, it is rough, for sure.
And it's less damage than Aurora Beam.
Which is probably for the best, to be honest, but yeah.
I think we can start going through here and picking
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we can take those.
Potentials.
We can take those for now because that could still be a thing. Rose Raid is worth taking. Yeah. You've probably seen with Empoleon. This has actually been a thing. I believe. Yeah, it's this Roselia that gets played because it can attack for colorless.
Do we have any other Vulpix, or is this the first one?
No, this is the first one. We've just rotated all the other Vulpix stuff. I think you would still play this one regardless anyway, if I remember rightly. It's got, yes, auto burn. The deck can't do burn otherwise, and sometimes you need that extra damage, so yeah, it's worth considering.
I don't hate that as a 1 energy attack, but I don't think it's good enough.
No, it's... The thing is, right, because it's an evolution, it doesn't have Eviolite anymore, right? So trying to tank with this itself is probably just not happening. So yeah, I'll probably take the full art ones for the stuff down here for our EXs. So I'll start doing that now.
Soggy Rush.
Yeah.
We'll take the Wilmer and the Wailord.
Yeah, even if it's just anticipation for next set. Because you wouldn't use them at the moment, obviously, since we've just lost...
Unstoppable roll, oh no. Going downhill again.
He's going down that hill. Ah, dear. See, if Milotic didn't evolve from a 30 HP Pokemon here, this could have actually been pretty cool. Like, I know we don't have the old Red Candy rules or anything anymore, but if it wasn't a 30 HP starter that you had to bring in Clear Search is really kind of neat, right? We have lost a lot of consistency stuff, actually. We don't have... Yeah, we need that, because we don't have Ball Search for basics that are, like, not level ball and stuff here. So, yeah, you needed that. 60... It's probably because of the colorless part we would take that. It's 50 HP, but Future Sight is pretty good.
A lot of psychics going into the pile.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, these are. Oh, sorry. These are the mean pick, but obviously we're not above that at the moment, right? So, Devo Punch. I guess you could.
If it has any resistance. Kind of funny. Yeah.
I think if you were to play this, it's because it's a fighting type that has Bone Log, right? Is because no retreat, etc. I think I have actually seen it before, but yeah, Stunfisk I actually have seen. This is legit. Might not necessarily look the absolute best, and well, it kind of isn't, but it is legit. It's very, very good against the
20 plus 20 for 1 on the basic is hard to argue.
And Rumble is actually pretty solid too. Heavy Ball searchable as well. It's really good against eels, so... If you want another meme deck, there is Aggron there as well. It is not quite as easy to use as Durant, but it is a bit more durable, right? So...
Grab our bird. Which one of these?
Generally
60 health one?
Yeah, generally Sand Attack. I have seen somebody said you could consider attacking like one of the 50 HP one, because if you get a couple of Altaria out, that's tackle for 50, right? Which can matter, but I think generally you are going to want the Sand Attack one more often than not.
Do we take any of these wireless? I suppose Draw-In might be the...
Oh yeah, I didn't bring... Yeah, Draw-In is definitely the pick. It's got Heavy Ball Search as well, if you wanted to go down that route. We do take the Paralysis one as well. And the reason I kept this dino, I actually forgot, there's not a Dark-type dino in this set, so you do sometimes want to have that as a thing, because it's technically better, but it's weak to fighting, right? So...
Is that probably we want thing, yeah.
Rayquaza's got to go in as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we take both of these because you often run a split with the dino. And then just whilst we're in the Dragon Belt set down here, it's not amazing, but I think I will just at least add the Kyurem in, because I have heard of it being used at the very least.
We want almost everything here.
Yeah. And then if we're committed to the memes, then we're going to add. Oh, you've put those in the wrong pile.
Oops.
That's alright. Yeah, if we're committed to the memes, then we've got to have this around as well.
Yeah.
Discard down the 4, flip heads with Hooligans, Human Cast, and then you know. Devo Spray has got to come in as well.
Do we want first ticket?
It's one of the only other cards worth considering out of there, so yeah, I probably would. Right, and then the only last bit to do is with the energy. I tend to put the trainers and the energy together so I don't have a third pile for like 12 cards or whatever. So I'll ding in with that. We don't have to have the basic energy in there if you don't want. So that's just something I do because I don't like loading them out of the thing, because it has a weird delay for me, but it's not that big of a deal. Just every time I pull one out of here, it just stutters the game for some reason. Very weird. Since we are committed to our Hot Gold Soul Silver energies, let's just keep them going. I think I might only change this when Gen 6 comes in, so I can have Fairy Energy in the same, like, thing, right? And just be, Right. Think that's... Is that everything we want out of here?
Should be.
As you say, we got this wireless.
I feel like this could be interesting, but I don't think there's a good way of setting it up.
Yeah. I mean, we don't even have Dawnfan anymore, so... no self-earthquaking for you. Man, that's a lot of throwing that thing, huh?
It's also a lot of energy.
Yeah, it is. Oh, God. Yeah, like, I don't hate Marowak. Oh, you know, actually, Marowak would one-shot Darkrai, wouldn't it? Because it has a resistance. So maybe that's why it was considered. You know what? It's
Bone
probably...
lock it, catch her, bone lock, then whack it.
Yeah, that could... You know what? It's probably not amazing, but Bone Lock is really annoying as well. I'll bring it out. I don't think I'll play it, but I'll bring it out anyway. I take it we don't want a Boy Ampharos in here then.
I don't think we're
not gonna use it this time.
No.
That's okay. The fact of it has to be
worked the best in the past.
And the fact of it has to be active, like that's a lot of damage counters, but woof, right? It's a little rough. Dude, man, this attack has been around for so long. I remember when I had to pay 3 colorless energy to do this Energy Crush on Espeon, and it wasn't even 20 times. It was 20 plus 10 for every energy the opponent had on it. All the way back in the Sandstorm set.
That could be decent though, I guess.
It could be. Level Ball Search. And... yeah, I mean the Electrike is bog standard, right? But... no retreat cost. Energy Assist is kind of neat. Just slow.
Mewtwo needs needs to be 4 energy on board for Mewtwo to one-shot it, and then it doesn't like taking Energy Crush at all.
Yeah.
It's not the best, but it can work.
If you want to bring it out as a potential tech pick, it's this is the time to do it, right?
Yeah, I think there's potential. We'll take the tackle.
Yeah.
Might come up.
Man, if Energy Assist wasn't so annoying to use at this point. It's just because it's a stage 1, right? It's just like how many spaces are you going to ping out. I'm looking at the other one going, that attack is very close to being good, but it's just the fact of it's on the stage 1. And yeah, it doesn't have 0 retreat either, so... Right, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I guess it would be like artwork preference time, right? Is the oh, that's not what I wanted to do. You out of here. And then I guess I'll bring the promo stuff back out again real quick because that might actually help in terms of a couple of the artworks.
I'll be right back. I quickly need to use the restroom.
That's fine. I'll get started on some of this anyway. Oh, that's cute. Alright. Sorter, that's what I wanted to do. Okay, so this is where we are currently standing in terms of the stuff we brought out, and this is your artwork appreciation time sort of bits, like which were some of the ones that we might want to look for the alt arts for again. Ninetales immediately, because actually no, I don't need to do it from there, right? Because I brought the promo ones out, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, there it is. Look at this gorgeous thing. I never knew this even existed. Absolutely gorgeous art on that. So if I'm gonna play it, it's gotta be that one, because my god, it's so dynamic. Also, I guess this is our chance to look and see if we've forgotten any like lines on the way through, just in case there's anything that way. Yeah, that's the one that I was thinking you probably play instead of the other Snivy. Let's just sub that real quick. Because Superior often gets played in decks that don't even have the capability to attack with it, right? So... right, Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff, I don't think I've got any alts here. That stuff I don't think does. I would check Eevee, but I'm pretty sure it isn't this one that would have the ult anyway. Maybe it does. I don't know. I think it's the Signs of Evolution one that we get later is the one to check. I should just... You know, I keep forgetting because we're now in Gen 5. I shouldn't just be hitting enter. I should just be going search expanded at this point, shouldn't I? And
I don't think I could get away with just saying QRM for these cards for Cedric's thing, could I?
Huh.
There's a black and a white QRM here. And they have different heights.
Yeah, they sure do.
It's a QRM.
Oh, this is a completely different Eevee from what's been released so far. Okay, never mind, we can't do that then. Well, you think it wouldn't show you think it wouldn't show banned cards from the expanded stuff? Let's find out. Yeah, okay. Very fair. If something is banded expanded, then we wouldn't think in it. Alright.
Neat.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I didn't know that would even be a thing. Right, this is the jump how to get deleted, by the way. It's for whatever arts we sub out and stuff. Right. I guess if we're keeping this Jolteon, then I should probably get the swapped art for it as well. I don't think I'd be playing this Jolteon until like XY base, to be honest with you, but it's worth at least, if we're going to keep it, then we might as well have the fancy one.
I like the promo Darkrai art.
Yeah, it's not too bad, to be honest with you. I have certainly seen...
worse.
Yeah, I have certainly seen worse. I still love this this Espeon VMAX like full outing as well. It's just sleeping on top of the house, like leaning on the house floor. It's so cute.
I can't wait till we get to the plasma cards. They have great art.
Yeah, they really do. And I know like laser is a big annoying meme and stuff with it that way, but the plasma sets really do have a lot of good depth to the game as well. So.
Oh, I was thinking the Radiant Collection for...
Yeah, we'll definitely get... I mean, how do you want to do that? Do we just want to just open up... oh, I could just go for it. Do you want to just open up, like, Legendary Treasures or something then, and...
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah. Because, yeah, some of the stuff we want is in the promo bit, but most of it is going to be from there, isn't it? So... Like, we need the Landorus out here... We'll need the Kyurem. Because I think we can get away with having that open as well at the moment.
Trying to load it and we'll see.
Like it might take a while for me, but I think because I deleted everything else off it, we've got somewhere in a region, before you bring that out, we've got somewhere in a region of about 400 loaded right now, so we actually normally have more than that with like 6 decks in play or something, right? So, or close to it. So I think we'll be fine. Yeah.
There we go, it's loaded. Fine, it seems.
Yep.
I'll spread it over here.
Yep, just waiting for that to
Do its thing.
Yep.
So this is where we crash the server. Oh, there's been a slight overlap. Too bad.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, it just obviously didn't take me in for me. So right. So let's see what have we got for us over there. Yeah, this is not the same Vulpix, unfortunately, so I can't take this one right now. Right, we did want this. That. Yeah, because this is a different Superior down the bottom in the Radiant Collection, so is that, yep. We can take the Tepig here as well at this point, right? Because we now do have 30 snipes and stuff that we've got to worry about, so that 70 HP Tepig could actually be the play now if we were going to play Ember.
Takes 3 Night Spears to get rid of it.
Exactly, that's the thing. Since you have brought our meme and savior round into the play, we kind of do need this one. It is just a better artwork, right? So honestly, you know what? Same with this too.
I like this art.
Yeah, this is really cool. I think that's the better one here as well. Dude, I love this Duart artwork as well, though. The, yeah, Duart versus Grimer, let's go, in the sewers.
It's a shame we don't have Memory Berry.
Yeah, we get a Celebi EX that can do that, but it's a 110 HP EX that doesn't attack. So dangerous, but I did see it played in the online in the past, so it is something like this comes out in Boundaries Crossed, and the Celebi does at the same time. So technically, there is scope to play this line in that if you really wanted to. Obviously, Blastoise is a thing, but you know.
Blastoise also doesn't appreciate getting Raging Clawed. True.
Oh, do we want this Minun instead? Because this is heckin' cute.
Oh. Yeah.
It's so cute.
The other one's so sad.
Yeah, it's like, oh no! They're cheering for different teams, aren't they? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually really cool. I love that. You know,
not the boofer, but it's still a boofer.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, we still have this one in the thing, so we clearly do pick that one up.
I don't think there's enough difference between this and the other Drotagon.
No, there really isn't. I forgot to check for Zora when I went for my deck today. I could have used this one. I mean, I still like the other one, but would I have used this Zoroark instead? Gotta be honest, nostalgia says no, because I didn't use this one when I played before, but man, these are really good too. I'll take them out for now, because now that I've played with it before. Yeah, if we're going to have the Cinccino thing, we need to use that. I actually kind of like the original Cinccino a little bit better.
Oh no, it's fallen and it can't get up.
It's just lollygagging around. Is this the same Eevee that... I think this is the same Eevee that I had before. Let me check. It is. Okay. Comparison time.
They're both pretty good.
They are. That's why I'm like, I don't know which one we should have. And these 40 HP rolls. Are you kidding me? Dude, they're not the same as what we had. So, oh yeah, we get the Emolga is actually really nice out of here. I'm not gonna lie.
I like the Mew.
Yeah, the Mew is really good. The Emolga is good. Obviously, Reshiram is the one we've tended to use. I really like the Shaman out of here. So, like personally, I would just take all 4 of these. And
the Malouette is also pretty good.
It is. It is. This set is when it comes out, so we don't get this until the very end of the era. So, and DNA is gonna say don't play the what's its face the deck beforehand round. Don't play it with this because it's garbage with it because it's an EX and it can't attack with round. But it's tough because I feel like it's really hard to actually attack with round period if you don't have the basic that can do it. But you know. Anyway, I want to take all 4 of these over, so I'll start clearing up some of the pile bit over here.
I disagree, Garchomp.
Oh. Yeah. Take it over if you want, or we can leave that one.
No, but I might take the Gibble.
Is the Gibble good?
Oh, it's a different Gibble. But
Oh,
I like
mean,
that art.
like I said, I remember seeing some people tech one of this because get a couple of Altaria out and that's a tackle for 50, right? So you usually do, yeah, you usually do play the other one, but I think that is possible as a one-off tag.
It's a cute art.
Yeah, it really is. Okay, right, I'm gonna, I mean, there's still more to look at, but I'm gonna start getting some of these placed in. Man, I really should have checked. I didn't think there was a Zoroark line. That was the Zoroark line that was in Legendary Treasures. I should have checked.
Oh, there's a Yukimori Stunfisk.
Oh. Yeah, that's probably
Muddy Water.
That's probably worth taking. That's the one that we've just got. Yeah, so yeah, that's probably worth a look. If depends what you want off of that. This one's got a pretty dynamic mud bomb going on, but that's still. Yeah, one that's worth checking out. Yeah, whichever Eevee you decide out of those two, that can just get slotted in here as well.
I think I prefer the Flowers Eevee.
Fair enough. We can just bring that one back over then. Yeah, and then this Tepig, this other Tepig is actually new because yeah, we're at the point where it really is worth considering that now. So yeah, I don't think it would have changed anything with the Zoroark stuff. Like I think this Zoroark is fine. I like the other one a lot, but this one is fine. Ooh, yeah.
Look at this. Yeah.
Uh-huh. That's pretty good. I certainly won't object if you want to throw that one in.
Yep. I think we will.
I have one copy of this Mew on PTCGO as well. This full art one, really nice. But I do quite like the Legendary Treasures one. So, where's the Emolga? There it is. That Cinccino I remember seeing somewhere here. Yeah, I think I prefer the one looking at the fashion in the window to the Cinccino from Legendary Treasures, so I won't swap that one. Oh, the Gothita needs to come over as well, because that's a much better artwork from LTR.
Let me go find that.
Sigils. Do not remember where that is in the Pokédex, so it's hard to find it from there. There it is. Oh. No. Oh, okay.
Is the Hypnotic Gaze one, right?
Yeah, and the Gothitelle should probably come over as well. Where's Reshi? Yeah. Too pure. Too hard to read. Stonefisk.
We are not using the butter cards.
No. No, we are not.
They're actually more readable on this than in real life.
I can imagine, yeah.
And that's saying something.
We get the... where'd the Gothita go?
I moved them over.
I saw the Gothitelle, and oh, there it is. Right, it's at the top. Yeah, I saw the Gothitelle, and then I didn't see the Gothita next to it. Okay, so that's that. What do we have? Wait, what was? Oh, where's the Buffalon gone? What? I had the Buffalon here. It's like, where's Lag thrown that? Have I just not? I guess I just haven't like dinged it in yet.
Put it in yet.
That's weird. Okay, whatever. Right, so there's that. Victini. I know this isn't exactly like building decks or anything, but you gotta get your bling sorted out, right? I don't know. Sometimes it's just nice to you know, use the artworks that you really enjoy when it comes to like you have every card available to you, right? Let's just replace that entire line in the wrong order, but that's fine because we're going to sort this out in a minute anyway. And then the Minun. I like the Minun on the plate as well, but this one is just so much nicer. It's just cute. Yeah, I got the Lando. Yeah, I got the Lando sub, got the Kyurem sub. We're alright having the full art Zercromie-EX, or do we want to sub that? Yep, you're alright with that. That's fine. Yeah, I don't have a strong enough view on it to be like, no, I don't want to play this whatsoever. And if I did, I would just replace it in my own setup, right? I'm just trying to think and see if there's any others of these that have different arts that I know of. Yeah, I gotta admit, I much prefer the shiny. I know it's 5 bound. I much prefer the shiny Rayquaza here than the one that's in LTR. I just don't like the posing on the other one, I guess. That's the thing of a lot of these cards don't have like reprints and stuff, right? So it's just finding.
It's
which
not
ones
the most atrocious 5 bands card.
No, it really isn't. I think a lot of there are a lot of examples to dislike from them, but I think they're overly disliked on a lot of the situations. Yeah, I just didn't have a physical space to throw it in. That's why it's on the side at the moment.
No worries.
Right, just double checking. Are there any other goobers to come over? These oh, there's Duosion on a tree. That's actually pretty nice. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I'm bringing that one over. I kind of forgot to put the shiny Gardevoir in instead of the other one, but that's fine. It's not that big of a deal. They're both really good arts, so... Yeah, I don't think there's any others. Trubbish maybe? The Garbodor is terrible, but the... Oh, the Trubbish is replacing your boy's Trubbish, though. I don't know. I think that almost feels like a travesty, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I do prefer this artwork, but I feel that feels like a travesty to replace your boy.
Besides, I don't want to see Wingolds eating trash.
You know that's fair. And yeah, I really don't like this Garbodor one. It's not the worst out there, but like
It's basic.
Yeah. Oh, this is not the same one, is it? Mindbend is not the same as what we already have. Right? Well, it was like Mumble for 10 or something. God, I am not used to seeing Gardevoir on the second row, by the way. That just shows that. No, it's Saiyan Smack, okay. Yeah, they're not the same cards, so we can't take those. Yeah, I am. That just shows, like, how many things we've just deleted off of the face of the earth with this, right? I am not used to seeing, like, Gen 3 on the second row of our lot here. But I mean, Gen 5 was that big reboot for the series, right? Of what they were aiming to do with it. So I guess it makes sense. We did have 3 sets where there were nothing but Gen 5 Pokemon after all. So sure. Right, are we happy enough with this then?
Yep.
Yep. I think that's about everything that we would want. So any trainer cards you want to swap the arts for?
No, again, if we need to, I can just go grab them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that on my own time. Because there will be some that I'll want to replace, but I again do it on my own time. It is at least nice having like the consistent theming, I guess, or like consistent being in Gen 5, so the error for it. So, right. Okay, so let's save these off. What'll be in Dragon's Exalted, which is DRX, I think is the thing for it. Yeah, because DEX is Dark Explorers, DRX for Dragons Exalted, I guess. Yeah. DRE is just double rainbow energy, so I guess that's why that wasn't used. I know it's old by now, but
I was just thinking, we haven't had Plus Power in any modern format since now.
no, this is the final printing of Plus Power, I think, in this format. So it's interesting, isn't it, when you think about it?
They probably need to turn it up to use it these days, but
Maybe.
I don't see 10 being... Just when I think about it, there's Power Tablet, and that's more powerful.
Yeah, Power Tablet, Electro Power, that's fair. They're obviously specific. Maybe if you're looking for a higher powered sort of thing for it, you could maybe consider 20. That might...
I think that would be the most I would want.
Yeah.
On it, a bit up.
That might still be too much, though. They'd have to R&D test it. I would not be surprised if 10 would still be the upper limit of what doesn't break the card, right? Especially with future sets being in mind.
Fair enough.
But I think it would be worth like trying out at the very least, right? If you are R&Ding it, I think it would be worth going. Yeah, let's see what putting in the 20 damage would do, right? Maybe it wouldn't break stuff, and I should have asked if you needed to save the thing first before I did that. You got them, yeah. I thought you would have because it did take a bit. Was taking a bit to do it myself, but I should have asked anyway. My bad. Okay, so this is what we're dealing with after we leave
Doesn't
2012
look dire.
Worlds. It doesn't look as bad as Gen 4 opening did. I will say that much. Like when we rotated out from the in like Diamond Pearl base, when we rotated out a lot of the Delta species style stuff, it looked a lot worse than this. The real thing that is awkward here is we didn't get the full art most of the trainings out, but it doesn't really matter. The real problem is that like our supporters, we have literally 6 of them, right? And 2 of them don't even draw cards, so that's probably the biggest bit that's really annoying. And you know, we don't tend to get too many new ones every set for now, but I mean, we get Skylar next set, and then we get Colress the set afterwards. So
The one thing I'm missing here is, I see is missing here is we don't really have as much basic search.
yeah, we've
There's
lost.
no collector. There's no dual ball.
Yep. So that makes it a little bit trickier to find all the EXs at the very least. If you're playing a deck that is using your traditional like evolving basics type stuff, then Level Ball is going to search every one of those, right? So you end up playing a lot of that if you're playing a lesser EX deck, but you've got Ultra Ball is your main way of searching stuff, so you're probably going to have to max out on that in every deck at this point, which we did just lose John Carm, so we don't have as many discards that way as before, so maybe that's fine. PCOM is still in format though, so that can obviously help to fix which Pokemon you have. So like that's kind of okay. But yeah, we don't have as much outright search for them, so gotta be a bit more careful, I guess, with that. I said we are 1 set away from when I started playing, so and that 1 set changes a lot. We get Comp Search and Skylar in the next set for consistency stuff, so it really does make an impact. But yeah, we're very close to when I started playing. It's kind of exciting, but also like terrifying at the same time, just thinking do I even remember how to play half of this shit? You know. I think I've kind of done alright so far though, so
Meanwhile, we're the Gen 5 stuff.
yeah, sorry, you cut out after the weir, so
We're just trying to learn.
yeah.
So we're in the adjustment period.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, do you want to try and make anything, or are we getting too late on that?
I still have my deck for Saturday, and I usually start building later for next week.
That's fine. Yeah,
But
just
it is
wasn't...
probably going to be the Garchomp.
Yeah, the Garchomp's pretty cool, for sure. Yeah, like, a lot of people were touting Darkrai Hydreigon as the best set out of this, or the best deck out of this set, which is interesting. Garchomp's got a curious matchup against it, right? That should be pretty interesting if I do want to play that sort of route. Only reason I might is because I am familiar with that deck, of course, as you remember from our draft of 2013 sets. I did end up managing to make that, so... but there's some other interesting stuff with it here. I don't think it's quite time to do the Ninetales thing yet, because we don't have Laser to make it easier. The fact if I would have to have a Mungus in play in order to do it. What's that?
I have a list here called Lando Garb. Nope, that's not Chomp, that's never mind.
Yeah, a couple of sets time and we can build that one. That's, yeah, Plasma Storm would be when you could play that. Yeah, clearly
I
there's...
also have one called Flareon, I wonder what this is.
vengeance will be his.
Ah, yes.
Good old Flareon. There was a Cofagrigus in the plasma sets that read like the absolute worst thing you have ever heard of, but was technically used in some of the Flareon decks because of what it does. It KO'd itself to put 3 damage counters on the opponent's board however you wanted, which is fucking awful sounding, but it puts 2 Pokemon in your discard pile for Flareon, puts a little bit of damage down so you're able to actually fix the math numbers a little bit, and yeah, it was technically played in that deck. It was so bad, but yeah. Yeah, we are using the same Drifloon as that, so good. Yeah, man, back in the day with this, huh? Because we don't have the set of the rarities and stuff on with these. I'm trying to remember why we'd have even played this.
Just for the healing.
Probably. Well, I mean, you've got to have a full bench for it, which is kind of counter to what you'd normally want with. Well, maybe not so much. I don't know. Yeah. I think it's more just as a counter stadium to Verbank is probably the reason.
And we didn't really have access to all the options.
Yeah, it's quite a benign counter as well. Yeah, I don't think I have the stuff saved before. That would have been a very long time ago by now, so...
I do have it saved, I'm just gonna have a look through it and see if there's anything.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure I don't have the, yeah, I don't have my old, oh, maybe I do. If we got what's the mod draft? Black and White, Plaza Freeze... Oh no, that's the... Wait, no, I do have it. Yeah, because I made a best of my stuff with it too. I do.
This is probably the better one of the Flareon then.
Yeah, Weavile Execute is a really... This is a deck that is very nice to have later on, for sure. And I think we just played the one Flareon as a 5th attacker sort of thing, really.
Ah, so they turned Junk Arm to an Ace Spec.
Yes, except this actually means trainer card at this point. You can Dowsing Machine for a supporter card. Yeah, this was the deck I built out of our draft. I remember this now. Kind of crazy that I was able to make something that looks this relatively competent out of our draft setup, you know? Because yeah, about the only things that I was a bit like missing here was the only having 2 Dot Patch and only having 2 Catcher. But
oh, here we go. Here's your thing.
Yeah, that's the one. Obviously, we don't have Lando at the moment, so we'd be playing more regular Terrakion. We don't have Cabal in EX either, but no, this is a bit closer to the idea though. Dude, Scramble Switch with Ho-Oh is so fucking busted. Like, Scramble Switch is arguably one of the craziest cards ever printed. But obviously, as a A-Spec, it competes with Computer Search and Dowsing Machine, so it's really hard for that to work. But it's a switch that lets you move all your energy away to the new thing you switched into. That is absolutely insane with Ho-Oh. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how I would build Ho-Oh at the moment. I would have to take a look. I know there's some article type stuff on it, so or at least as I read a little bit earlier on as to potential baseline, but I'd have to take a look. Like, Ho-Oh is definitely the sort of thing I'd be interested in. I'm just not sure if it's going to be the play by the end, but you know, that's what testing is for.
We have Rails in here as well.
Yep. Rails is definitely a good play for this round if you wanted to go down that route. It can be a little bit. Yeah, not too much, but yeah. You mostly just need to take out the Keldeo Floatstone and obviously the A-Spec. Everything else. Chorus as well. Chorus can just get subbed out for like Bianca or something though. And yeah, it would just be take out the Keldeo, take out the. You could play a Victini here actually. The Victory, not the Victory Star, but the B Create one, because for Fire Colorless it does 100 if you've got a full bench. 70 HP basic, but it's just like it's another one prize attacker that could be good.
Sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, so like that could sub out the Keldeo, and then Dazzle Machine Flowstone. Just I guess whatever you'd want really. There's not a ton of options, so it shouldn't be too hard to.
Eviolite might be a consideration.
Yeah, Eviolite's pretty good. Rescue Scarf is potentially good because
EXP share.
EXP share's pretty alright, yeah.
Because they can safeguard the fires.
Yeah, you could keep the fires going with that. We've got 2 Super Rod in the deck, so I guess that's also part of the idea for it, but no, that wouldn't be a terrible idea. Yeah, stuff like that would be good. What else could be fine? Yeah, you don't need plus power in a deck like that, because obviously you can do 180 when you've got a full setup. Random Receiver, maybe, but we don't have Smeargle anymore, so that if you play 11 supporters, you don't always have to play Receiver. Two Super Rod already in there, so we don't need to worry about that.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure you gave this as an example list of decks from the era.
Yeah, this is
2013.
Yeah, from the full format, this was the example list, I think, that we ended up coming up with. Yeah, but I mean, you only have to.
Zoroark in here.
Yeah, this was the one that I based my own deck on. Because I originally was playing on the level ball. When I was subbed out the Honchkrows for Weavile, I played the level ball. And then when I took out the Weavile, because it was a little bit clunky and I could fit more stuff I wanted in if I took the stuff out there, I swapped out to dual ball, which fine, you know. Laser came out for junk arm basically, and the comp search was my 4 junk arm slots. Then I needed to find one for Dark Patch. I don't remember exactly what came out in the end for that, but and then just messing around with the energy a little bit here to fit in special darks, which was like good and bad, to be honest. I think it messed me up more than anything, but I also kind of needed them because, you know, being able to go without Dark Claw or with one less bench Pokemon, being able to go 130 on a Terrakion is pretty powerful, right? And yeah, this deck can do it pretty well with a full bench and a laser. You can one-shot Terrakion, but we just couldn't do it at the time without Special Dark, really, with what I was playing. But it's pretty close to what I did, right? Because I just based the deck around it, so what can I say? It was a decent list, so kind of wish there was a better bird to use instead of like Mandibuzz just wouldn't have fit, really. Kind of wish there was a better bird that I could have put in against your Terrakion, but there just wasn't, so I kind of just had to accept that I need to do some different measures to try and take out, you know.
Barry, you did a good job.
I did my best, yeah. I did. Just couldn't quite seal it, unfortunately. Welcome to chat room. Oh no. Got that going again. Yeah, solid stuff though. Yeah, if you wanted to make Rails, it wouldn't take too much to change this. The Keldeo Flowstone stuff was really just because, you know, like catch a eel and stun it in the active was a pretty annoying thing, but yeah, we could still deal with that differently in here.
We could also just swap out the tools for switches.
You could just play Switch, yeah.
Does the same job.
Yeah, so if we had like we could just do, two Switch down the bottom, because then you could also go retreat Ray, Dynamotor to Ray, and switch, right? So yeah, I think the Keldeo is the only thing. Maybe you put Victini instead of the Keldeo or something, or some other attacker here that you'd want. I don't.
Could be a big eel, could be something else.
It could be, yeah. But I think maybe, like one other Pokemon or attacker here, and then just sub the rest of the stuff out for Switch is not even that bad. And we just need to swap the chorus for like Bianca, basically. And that's a pretty respectable start. Tool Scrapper, as annoying as it is to play, is very necessary versus Garbodor, because otherwise you just fall to that here, right? Yeah. That could be a reason to play the Victini, actually, in this slot. Because Victini doing exactly 100, if you capture the Garb and have the full bench down, Victini does kill Garbodor. Like, you might still need to scrap her if they put Giant Cape on the fucking thing, but like, there's not. It's weird playing what tools you play on Garbodor right now. It's like, because we don't have float stones. You could play Scarf, you could play Giant Cape, could just play whatever the fuck you've got in the rest of the deck for it, right? But dedicated wise, yeah, Cape is the only worry there. Raikou obviously already does do pretty well against him, but you need to have your energy established for that. At the very least, Victini would let you attack without having to commit every single turn with the Dynamo stuff, right? So I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I do like it in here, but it really is kind of preference at that point. You could even still just play like Thunderous or something, right? It's that's still viable.
Zekrom would also do the job.
Zekrom could do the job, yeah. That could be your attacker if you wanted to. Yeah, all of those options seem decent to me. So yeah, we need to remove that. We need to remove that because they're not legal yet. And then we need to sub those. If we're gonna keep with the full art train, we would need to have the full art Bianca, but it's whatever. That's next set. Doesn't matter, we have it here. I think we probably do play this instead of Random Receiver because you really do want to have as many draws as you can get, right? It's either Bianca or Charon. You don't have much of a choice, right? I personally kind of like Bianca better, but I could see why somebody would want to play Charon instead. And then yeah, hard switch. You've got two. Yeah, we're just playing the third one here. Seems pretty good.
Should be fine.
Yeah, seems solid enough. Straightforward, gets the job done, right? You keep the overhead. Oh, what's up?
Just nothing too complicated here.
No. You definitely still keep the other Ray in here though, because Shred can be very, very good in the mirror. You know. Also, Dragon Pulse is really good in the mirror as well, right? Because oops, your Dynamo died. Oh no.
Oops, your Dynamo's dead and you discarded 2 cards.
Yeah. Well, no, you're the one discarding 2 from the top of your deck. Oh dear.
Oh, oops.
But I mean, that's the price you pay for doing 40 for 1 energy, right? You know.
Yeah.
It's a pretty respectable price. And I mean, hey, if you discard an energy,
puts
then
the fear into Gibbles.
Yeah, it certainly does, because yeah, that's a one shot on that. That's actually is really good against the Garchomp deck, isn't it? Which, to be honest, causes you some trouble, right? Because Garchomp with Dragon Blade or just a couple of Altaria down one shots Ray, for 1 or 2 energy. That's really bad for Ray. So yeah, you definitely need to keep the baby Rayquaza in here for that matchup. Yeah, to be honest, what else do you even do against Garchomp if it gets set up?
Cry?
Yeah, you probably do. Is there any? There's not really anything you can even do about that, is there, to be honest? Because Garchomp's HP is too high for Zekrom to deal with it, unless you play the EX, I guess. Which you could, but it is a little tough.
Would need to Dragon Burst discarding too.
Yeah, it's the thing. It's a bit of a Cold War setup for it, right? It's like, yeah, you one-shot each other. The problem is the weird bit is like, right, you're a basic, but you need fire energy as well. Whereas they're a stage 2, but if they're fully set up, they can do it for just 1 energy, and that's terrifying. But this deck is pretty aggressive. It isn't inconceivable that you just outpace them. I think the only thing you could even consider trying to do is like another Baby Ray, I guess, but that's asking a lot, I think,
I think it's giving up my ability to deal with other threats if I do that as well.
Possibly, yeah. Like, Shred is still decent because it gets through Eviolite too, but I think it's not great into Mewtwo at that point, right? Because you are keeping your energy. That's one of the other things, is like, this deck is really good at fucking over Mewtwo's, right? Because you don't keep many energy in play with Ray, so they don't get to do very much bad to you, which is fantastic. And Raikou is the same. It's like, it doesn't keep your energy, doesn't keep energy in play, so it's really good into Mewtwo. And so I think the problem is, right, that Garchomp does do just so much damage to stuff, but I think what you probably do in that matchup is you probably Volt Bolt the Altarias if you do get to that point, or like catch or kill them. You really just need to stop them having like plus 40 damage in play, right? Because at that point this is sort of out. But yeah, it's like you really try and go fast on it and kill their initial setup, and when they eventually get to Garchomp, the goal is that hopefully you've been about 3 prizes ahead at that point, and you can start just wiping out the stuff, do the trades at that point, right? I think Victini does help a little bit there, because the Victini can knock out the non-Garchomp mons in the deck in 1 hit, so it's, and you know, they do need to set up before they can kill it. So I think there's a game plan. It's just it's a sketchy one, but I think there's game plan.
There's plenty of catcher in there to be safe.
Yeah.
If you have to eat around the chomps, it's fine.
At least for a bit, yeah. Once they put a second energy down on it to Dragon Blade, you just kill them with a Ray, right? That's got to be the game plan. Yeah, that would be an interesting matchup. I don't know if I'm gonna play Ray Eels, but honestly, if I did, it probably would be like this. So let's get that saved up real quick, actually. Get that sorted so we can properly save it. Oh. I mean, I do really enjoy the deck, so that is a definite possibility, but there's also a lot of other decks I do enjoy from this round, so, you know.
Just titled Not Another Eel Deck.
I have a feeling...
Aggression series.
I know, the Eel Aggression series, yeah, I know.
It's not quite as good as Progression series. But we don't have Substitute and Ronin Totem.
Oh, just No, Progression series is when we get to Furious Fists. Because that's when Seismitoad-EX comes out.
Ah.
So that's your Progression series right there. Fucking Seismitoad and everything. Nah, but like realistically looking at this, I think if I was to play the Rails, that genuinely would be just about the last eel deck that I would conceive of playing, because next set after that, Blastoise is obviously a hotness to look at, and of course Landorus comes out in Boundaries Crossed, which really messes up the Dynamo Something Fierce. So you got to be very careful with Lando. And the set after that is the Plasma stuff starting. So yeah, like, not to say this is the only set you can play Rails, of course, because it's good later on too. You just got to be more careful with it. But yeah, this might actually genuinely be the last eel deck that I would play if I was to play one. Like, for real this time, because there's more stuff that I want to play.
There's also Eel Zip Striker.
I did consider playing this in the next Destiny set, and there were two reasons why I didn't. One, because I don't actually think it's that powerful in the end. Disconnect is really not that strong of an attack, right, when you're trying to deal with stuff like Mewtwo's and whatnot. And Lightning Crash is fine, but it's a lot of investment. You'll see that with the Rayquaza itself as well. It's a lot of investment to keep going, but this one didn't quite have the payoff in that sort of bit for me. But also, I really just didn't want to bring back that bad blood that we had from main, because this literally is a one prize Mewtwo-EX, right? I forget if Mewtwo-EX had zero retreat, but either way.
I don't think it did. I think it was 1.
Yeah, I think it was 1 as well, but I mean, we didn't need to care because it was just disconnect to City, right? So, yeah, I just didn't want to bring back that sort of bad blood at the point. It's like I could have played it, but I would have much rather just played the Thunderous Eels, and then, yeah, I really didn't want to play it over Raichu. I'll be honest with you. When I saw the Raichu there, I was like, this is so much more fun than playing this stupid thing, you know? Same sort of idea, 90 HP stage 1, right? But it was just so much nicer as a concept to me. But yeah, you could have played Eel last round with Raikou and Tornadus-EXs being in. That would have been totally fine. Like, for Dark Explorers, that's a pretty good deck. And yeah, obviously the Ray stuff now is good. I'm trying to think yeah, these are like the last main lightning-based attackers, I guess, that we get from here. Because Thunderous-EX doesn't need Eel because it's its own acceleration. So, like, it does the whole plasma thing, so you don't use it for there. Lightning takes a bit of a backseat for a while after this, I guess, which is fair because it's been excellent for like 8 sets now, you know? I think it is 8 actually, because Triumphant Call of Legends, right? The Magnezone was super good there, so yeah. Just, I guess speaking on that, don't be surprised if I do bring like Dark Zone if we play on Saturday, because that was another deck I was really wanting to play after testing it, because it is just so goddamn cool.
I'll be bringing my Darkrai deck.
Yeah, so I mean, at least it won't just be, oh no, there's Tornadus in there, it just gets blitzed, right? But don't be too surprised if I do bring it, because I have really liked that deck in solo testing. It's been absolutely amazing.
I'll probably need the Night Spear and try and keep it active.
Yeah. Magnezone is not supposed to be the first attacker that you go in there, though, because it is very expensive to attack with enough times, but I mean, if Tornadus is in play, it's going to be pretty solid for it, right? So, yeah, that significantly lessens the burden a bit. But yeah, Night Spearing it obviously is going to be very good. Yeah, that deck is built for early Night Spears much more frequently, so...
It's time to get them up turn 2.
Yeah, so there's a solid chance that you can pressure them a lot, which will clearly help. Yeah, what else is there from here? Like I said, Ninetales Amoonguss I think needs to wait until Laser, to be honest, because you're not always going to have
more
Amoonguss
consistency.
available. Yep. So, I think it's possible, but it's still very sketchy, because you really want Verbank as well for the extra
They're both
damage.
90 as well, which is nice.
Yeah, Level Ball Search is really good for the deck. All the cards are currently out as far as like the Pokemon, and even Devo Spray is out right now, so almost all the cards are available. It's just like you really want that extra damage from Verbank City, as well as the potential for Laser to help out instead of having to go Amoonguss every turn. So it's very close, but
It's almost there.
yeah. But I'd wanna wait a little bit, because I just don't think you can justify it right now. But like, that's fine. If you wanted to play Empoleon again this round, like Empoleon Roserade is something I've heard decent things about. Roserade being able to search for any one card when you evolve into it. I know we've had this ability before and it hasn't done anything, but supported options are a bit more limited right now, right? And it's level ball searchable. That's something we haven't had before. I think that's what makes the difference at the end, is this thing's a lot more searchable than it was before. So you can go level ball into the Roserade, and then Roserade to get the rare candy to get the Empoleon that your engine is going. I think that's the main sort of difference. But this definitely
How did
did
it get up there?
I do not know. It is maybe no, I have no idea. I was thinking maybe it could have been like on the thing as it was rising out of the ground, but like it just happened to be on the space where the tower was, or the castle was like rising up from. But no, I don't know. We don't have Miraidon or Koraidon to like climb up the thing for it yet, so fuck if I know. Yeah, so there's that. There's like Ho-Oh is another one, obviously as you well established. Ho-Oh is another one I should at least look into. Whether or not I play it is a completely different question, but I should look into it at the very least. It just won't be for Rainbow Burn this time, I'm sorry. This Rainbow Burn is a pathetic Rainbow Burn compared to what we've
If it had 20 on it, or 20 extra on it, you know.
Yeah, so like 40 plus 20,
or
maybe.
Yeah.
Or 20 plus 40 would probably be a little bit too strong, but
I mean, Mewtwo.
yeah. But you gotta kind of consider the 20 plus 40 would mean this would do 140 base damage, right? Which is a little bit too powerful, even for how
awkward it is.
The awkwardness is just discard a bunch of energy with Juniper or something and then flip heads with it, right? Yeah, it's a little awkward, but you get one flip per Ho-Oh in the discard per turn, so you put like 2 or 3 of them in the discard and you should hit one of them for the turn.
You say that, but look at your dual ball luck.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I am aware.
Pepper to play it.
Yeah. I mean, it's if I'll be honest, it's the perfect card for Pepper, right? Because it's just it's that level of jank that you go, I play this instead of Electrode at this point. I just play everything in the same deck, and go from there. But yeah, so what am I looking at? The Rails, Darkrai, Hydreigon, Ho-Oh probably. You've already got the Garchomp stuff, so I wouldn't need to look at that. Terrakion-EX maybe, because that's like it's a bit slow, but once you do get those first couple of once you get that one pump up smash up, it can be very hard to stop. But I would probably wait on this myself until Victini-EX comes out in Plasma Storm. Because I do remember playing Victini Terrakion at one point was pretty solid. So there is that. And then yeah, there's a few like gimmick stuff I guess you could do if you wanted to play Raybor instead of Ray Eels. That is still possible. Just, I think it's probably a little bit more awkward. Garbodor stuff could happen. We don't have Landorus EX yet, but we do have Mewtwo Tornadus. That's definitely still fine. Darkrai Garbodor is possible. So there's a few things that you could do that way. And then there's some of the decks that we have like seen already so far don't change that much, right? The Klinklang deck I played today, you could probably still play. What else is there? Yeah, like Empoleon has a couple of variants, so that's worth looking at. There's quite a few, and then Registeel is something we haven't even talked about yet, but Triple Laser is kind of nice. I know it's no Glaciate, but it's also not 2 water and a colorless to attack, right? So, yeah, Registeel potentially could be like a... I don't know if it's a tanky thing per se, but it could, I guess. Maybe this could be another attacker in Klinklang. But I mean, that's at least half a dozen decks that I've like rattled off there, right? Without even going into some of the more gimmick stuff here. That's pretty solid. And none of this is to discredit just playing like the sort of basic, I guess, corners-ish sort of stuff. But you know, there's a lot of EXs and non-EX stuff still that you could play that just doesn't necessarily need anything too fancy. Bunch of Garbodor variants, I guess, at that point. But like Garbodor, Zoroark, and foul play them all. I don't know. You could do something stupid like that if you really wanted to, but. And yeah, Durant is still here. He still exists. That could still be played as well. So yeah, I think there's more than enough variety coming out of this set to at least get interested in, if not like full on excited. Like Mew has still got some stuff you could play around with it as well. That's a fun one. Aggron is very stupid, but it has Devolution Spray in its arsenal, so maybe. And yeah, we talked about the vanilla stuff before, but I guess that could still be played if you really wanted to as well before Keldeo comes out. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited enough. See how this goes. But right, if we're not sorting anything else out, that's probably a good enough place to stop. Go get my yogurt and relax for the rest of the evening. Thanks to the games and whatnot. Glad the Empo, like the second deck at least, I'm glad the Empo deck got to show its stuff as well. So it was fun.
And just got unlucky with the.
Yeah.
But it is jank, so.
Yep. Unfortunately, like even as you saw with even with Twist Mounted and Old Amber stuff available, it's like sometimes you just don't hit it, and there's not much you can do about it. So yeah, like you said, it's the jankier version of it, but it's still fun. So yeah,
Tier 1 deck potential.
If you can just flip heads and just get the Old Amber to trigger every single time.
4
right?
Aerodactylite.
Yeah.
100 for you get 100 with just your bench full.
You know the sad bit is actually, I've just realized, even if the opponent has their bench maxed out and you get 4 Aerodactyl and max your own bench out, you still can't one-shot an EX because you only do 160. So it's like, god damn it, you know? Depressing. Anyway, yeah, I'll leave you to it for now. So thank you for playing along, and yeah, we'll try and see you on Saturday. See what we can do.
Yep.